This is Todd Gordon telling you to tune in every week to InYourHeadOnline.com, one of the hottest radio internet wrestling programs around. The hard-hitting questions, the guys give you the truth. This is the show to listen to. Tune in.
All right, we're back. Welcome to In Your Head Wrestling Radio. I'm the internet icon, handsome Jackie Jones, along with my right-hand man.
None other than 1-inch biceps. Luscious biceps, I might add.
Oh, man. You get all hot and bothered.
The power goat.
Give us a bar! We're closing into the new year. There's no guest tonight. I promised that in your head we would save lives tonight. Our voices will cure disease. Our message, they will uplift spirits, and in your head will save lives. The only way you can do it is with a bar.
All right, bar. How about that?
Man, I think you just killed somebody with that one.
Come on now.
Freaking flatlining.
I just don't want to do it, Jack. I don't want to do it. And anything that you know that I don't want to do is the thing you want me to do.
There's people on Facebook like, I demand it. Like, oh my God, I missed the bar.
Like 1 or 2 people. I mean, it's really not a huge outpouring of people who want me to bar. There's like 1 or 2 idiots that want me to bar, and I don't want to do it. If it was an outpouring, I might consider it, but it isn't. Nobody really cares if I bar or not.
So, like, if they start a Twitter campaign,
if they started a Twitter campaign and people really were caring about it, I would probably just start doing it, but I don't think it's going to happen.
So if you're out there listening and you want to enter the bar, you start up a Twitter campaign. Get people tweeting about it.
I mean, and people's got to be interested. I mean, you got to have an outpouring of people who really want me to buy. If it's only like 3 or 4 people, forget about it.
So if it's like Fat Dog saying, I want to buy, and he tweets at one time, you're not doing it. But if there's like dozens, if there's hundreds of people saying like, you know, they're going to jump off the bridge and we don't hear a buy, you're going to give it to them.
I'll start doing it.
All right, so you gotta show that you really want it.
That you really want it. Mm-hmm. It's got to be more than just a few.
Exactly. I got you. Man, sure. Now I've been busy, man, so we don't have guests, but we're gonna have guests all this month. I was kind of excited about it. There was gonna be we were gonna build up all month long to a big JCW. ICP, pay-per-view at the ECW Arena, and then the following, I think it was this next night or something, I was going to be at their one in Worcester. But the ECW Arena was sold. The ECW Arena was sold, the end of an era, and the new owners don't want wrestling there anymore.
No. What do they plan on doing with the building if they don't want wrestling?
They're going to have, like, concerts.
Bad move. I mean, the building's known for wrestling, isn't it?
It's a freaking ECW Arena.
I don't understand people. It just don't make no sense to me. Why would you even buy the building if it's primarily known for wrestling?
It's just an old rundown bingo hall. It's not like it's a great place.
It's not like it's a huge arena or anything. I mean,
I could see buying it and running wrestling shows out of it and concerts. Do both.
Mm-hmm.
But so the ICP shows can't. Too bad.
Who are they really going to get to play in the ECW arena anyhow? Like your uncle's buddy? Mm-hmm. Is he going to come and play a show for everybody? And who's going to watch that?
I don't know. Maybe like cover bands.
Yeah.
I always feel bad for cover bands. Like there's the Plymouth Memorial Hall here, and they actually has like some pretty big people. They have that band that saying, I forget. Everybody's Walking on the Sun. Might as well be Walking on the Sun. What was that band?
Smash Mouth.
Smash Mouth was playing there. I mean, they're big with the kids now, right?
I think they are. They're huge.
It was like Smash Mouth, and the next night it was like friggin', I don't know, it was like Quiet Riot cover band. I was like, well, what the hell?
Smash Mouth is in good company.
Yeah.
I just remember that damn thing, that one song, All Star. They just kept playing that on VH1 until it actually got over. It's like, it wouldn't go away. They just kept playing. I was like, does anybody really like this song? And then finally you just give up and start liking it.
You see, wrestling is the only thing that pushes things down people's throats to the point that they either like it or they just turn on it. But
or they just revolt and boo the man out of the building.
I've seen that guy that's on the new Hawaii Five-0. I don't even know his name, but they put him in that vampire show. And then that failed. They put him in this show where he played a doctor, that failed. And now he's the Hawaii Five-0 that finally took off. And he was also in some movie. But it's like they're always giving this guy a push. You can see wrestling terminology in other aspects of life. Like they kept pushing this guy till he finally got over.
Mm-hmm. Haven't we had a conversation with somebody before where we describe things that, but we use wrestling terms? And that makes us a mark or something like that?
Well, I want to take the term mark, because this came up on the board, enter mark.
Yeah.
And they were asking different levels of marks. And I'm just going to say the term mark itself, for one, it's outdated. I mean, this isn't like the late 1800s or like 1910. People don't believe wrestling is legit. They go to it because they enjoy it. They don't go there thinking they're watching a legitimate sporting competition. And oh man, who's gonna be this Kane?
Jack, I don't think you've seen a wrestling. I don't think you've seen a wrestling event in Huntington, West Virginia. There are definitely some people who still believe it's real.
Okay, well, I'm sure there's a few, but even let's say the Fan Fest.
No.
What would you? These people are there, and I've heard not the majority of the wrestlers. Majority of the wrestlers are cool, but I've heard the wrestlers say, these guys are marks, whatever. No, these people there obviously know it's not real. They're just fans of the product. Why does wrestling want to look down on their own fans who enjoy the product? Does any other does football players? Do they just make fun of the people watching them? The actors? I don't know. Maybe they do.
That's what keeps them going, I mean, if there wasn't any money to be made, then why would anybody even watch wrestling, Or why would anybody want to be a wrestler if you couldn't make any money doing it?
Yeah.
So it's like you should be grateful to the fans or the marks or whatever you want to call them. But I've explained this once before on the show, but I'm going to do it once again just to hear myself talk. I was at the rehab and I was talking to an old carny. He was in the rehab and I was working.
Everybody knew you were working there, right?
Yeah.
You weren't.
I wasn't in the rehab,
right?
But anyhow, not like there's anything wrong with that. If you need to go to rehab, go to rehab. But anyhow, so I was talking to the carny guy and he explained to me where the term mark came from. It was like when people would play old carnival games, they would take a piece of chalk and kind of pat the guy on the back and put a mark on their back because they're like, this guy's a sucker. He'll play these games. So when he goes down walking, in the carnival, the other vendors will see him and they'll say, there's a mark. Get him over here. So there you go. There's where mark came from.
No,
according to the carnival dudes. So.
Yeah, what was the old carny? What kind of stuff are they into? What was he in rehab for? Like absinthe or like opium?
I forget. I think he was alcohol.
Oh,
I think.
A little boring. But I thought maybe the guy was like into something
crazy. No.
Yeah, she just made something up.
I asked him if he spoke carny, and he was like, "Oh, that's a stupid language." And he was like, "They use Z's and stuff," and I mean, he explained it. He was familiar enough with it, but he could have just been bullshitting me the whole time. Who knows?
Along with the marks, so other wrestling fans call other wrestling fans marks. It's like the wrestling community. I hate to hate this term because I see it all over the board and stuff, but the IWC, but they hate each other. They look down on other people for being on the internet and being a fan of the same thing they are while they themselves are on the internet. It's bizarre. I don't understand this mentality. I don't think it exists in other forms of entertainment. Not that I know of, anyway.
No, this would be the only form I know that looks down upon the fans. I don't know of any form of entertainment where people are like, I just really hate these people for enjoying my movie. Or like, I hate these people for listening to my music.
And other fans hate other fans who are doing the same thing they are on the internet enjoying wrestling.
It makes no sense.
I don't get it. If anybody out there can explain it to us, to try to explain it to us sometime during the night when we're taking calls. But we're not going to take calls quite yet, Insure, because we just started. We got some wrestling to talk about.
I love talking the wrestling, Jack.
I'm kind of upset. No more WWE Classics.
It's over. They took it off the air.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess it's going to end. They're not going to do it anymore because they got the WWE Network.
Yeah, I figured that was coming.
Mm.
I just didn't know when they're actually going to pull the trigger and take it off the air. So that's this week?
I'm not sure when exactly, but it'll be ending soon. Well, I don't know, because I have, I've got HBO, Showtime, all these things. Not even just that. Pretty much every channel nowadays has their own on-demand channel. So I don't see why they can't just keep an on-demand for the network. Or maybe they will. I don't know.
I see.
I prefer the on-demand because then I can watch whatever I want when I want to watch it. I hope the network takes off. I'm interested to see what shows they put on there, but I just don't see a network that shows nothing but wrestling for 24 hours, 7 days a week. Does that have a big enough market to take off, to survive?
Well, it's supposed to be the most interactive channel ever.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they got applications for phones.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of seems like a half-baked idea right there. It's just like, well, you going to have an application for phones? What else? I mean, you're just doing it. It sounds like they're just doing it just to be doing it.
They're just making stuff up. They just know, like, specifics. I don't think there's even one show that they've announced is really going to be there.
They announced the Legend show.
Yeah, the old folks. I mean, I'd be interested in it. But that's what, like, probably a half hour, or maybe an hour, a week, max. What about the rest of the time?
I mean, it's going to be a hard sell to get people to actually buy it, you know? But I would like it if they would do a thing where they would play old pay-per-views of, maybe go, like, every Wednesday or something, they play a Starrcade or something, like the first Starrcade, the second one, the third one, in the weeks following. But I don't know if they'll actually do stuff like that, but...
Will Raw be competing with itself? Raw's on USA at 9 p.m. Eastern. Will they have programming on 9 p.m. Eastern on the WWE Network that's actually competing with their own show?
I think they should just do a simulcast. Just when Raw comes on, both channels go to Raw.
What if they would re-show old Nitros and they bring back the Monday Night Wars?
I don't think it would really work. I mean, people want to watch new wrestling.
I don't know. They'd be like, oh my God, I got to turn over to Nitro, see what's happening in 1996.
Let's see what's happening with the NWO tonight. It'd be funny if, like, the ratings started beating them. Like, what?
Then they would just take it off.
Oh, yeah, they would.
They'd start trashing the competition that they already own.
They'd be like, nobody wants to watch WCW.
Don't turn it to that WWE network right now.
They'd give WCW spoilers away on TV. Like, this is what's going to happen.
Don't friggin' Nash, he throws Rey Mysterio like a lawn dart. You don't want to watch that.
No, that's bad stuff.
Everyone turns channels. But what if they put on a new show on Mondays at the same time as Raw, recreate the Monday Night Wars, but with a new product that they own themselves?
I don't see why they would want to work against themselves.
They'd be their own competition, though. Build up both shows.
Didn't we have that with the brand extension, though? And it just
they never really got behind it.
Yeah, I mean, it would be exactly the same thing. They would just say, we're competing with ourselves. And it's just like, who cares?
Eric Lee Lewis here in the chat room, he's saying they should re-show XFL games.
Nobody wants to see that. That's a terrible idea, Eric. I mean, It's supposed to be a wrestling channel, not football channel. I don't want Smash Mouth football. I want Smash Mouth wrestling.
Well, will people turn on the WWE Network if they show non-wrestling shows? Kind of like when the Sci-Fi Network stopped showing all science fiction, they started showing wrestling, actually, WWE and other programs. Would people turn on that? Would they be pissed if they say, what the hell, WWE's now showing, replays of different strokes?
I don't think... well, if they started playing different strokes, that would be strange. Like, you're paying for a channel and you're getting different strokes instead. You could get that on, like, TBS or something. That would be bad. Yeah. I don't think people like that. But, you know how you mentioned that WWE Classics is coming off the air? Maybe if you subscribe to the channel, they would actually put on, like, an on-demand type of thing on, change Classics into that.
Yeah, so if you get the network, you also get their on-demand, sort of like HBO already does. Yeah, I hope they do that, because I like the on-demand. If you miss something, get to watch.
Just pick it up.
I mean, they own a lot of old stuff, so it would be good if they actually, get to show a lot of it. How much, original content do you think they'll be able to, produce, besides showing old stuff? I mean, you're really spreading yourself thin. Like, if they've got to come up with 8 hours of new programming for each day,
they would have to do a lot of original programming if they want it. I don't know. It's kind of remind me of the birth of MTV. They played a lot of old concerts and stuff back in the days just to keep something on the air. You know? But, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I guess how it happens.
I guess they're going to try to produce a lot of, programs. So,
What if they would go around and ask, right now it's, the independents aren't, I guess there's still some, what if they went around and asked independents, we'll give you a deal, we'll, show your show on the WWE Network, a weekly Dragon Gate show, a weekly Chikara show, a weekly Combat Zone Wrestling. Do you think WWE would do that? Do you think it would work? Would it benefit the indies and WWE?
I don't think they would do it unless they own the company.
Mm-hmm.
I think the mentality is that those are the enemies, and we're going to, be against them.
Mm-hmm.
So, I highly doubt they would do that. Because that would give them a lot of exposure, just being on WWE's network.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I think it would be good for both. I think it would be good for WWE if they wouldn't let their ego get in the way.
Mm-hmm.
How could it really hurt them if they were showing Chikara on there? If someone took off, they could just, hey, we'll give you some money and you can go to Raw now.
You're ours now.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I know...
You'll come to Raw and you'll be humbled and told you're nothing, and then we'll just throw you back.
Do you think the indie fans would turn on, a Chikara or a Dragon Gate, those kind of promotions, if they would strike a deal with WWE to show their weekly television on their network?
I think they would say they were against it, and then they would end up watching it.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'd be like, that's a bunch of bullshit, like every wrestling fan, it seems. Yeah. All those marks. No. But they end up watching it anyhow. I mean, I hear so much complaints about WWE this, WWE that, but everybody watches it. They all watch it. They all know what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just all right, I know it's not the best. It could be better, but you're watching it.
Yeah. You gotta watch it. It's it's WWE. I don't know. There's times I actually wonder why I watch it, and I do miss it quite often, and don't watch it as much as I used to, but I try to watch Raw every week. I still enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Jack, I watched every wrestling program this week.
Did you? You've been a good wrestling fan. Oh, yeah.
That's right. I've watched Impact. I've watched SmackDown. I've watched TNA's Final Resolution. I've watched Monday Night Raw, although I did miss the first hour of Monday Night Raw because I forgot to change my recorder. And I watched Tribute to the Troops.
Man.
It's a lot of wrestling, Jack.
All right, so it's been a good wrestling week. Would you say it's been an overall, before we get into the specifics, would you say overall a good week for wrestling or a bad week?
It's all right, I guess. A lot of wrestling, really. It's kind of overkill. I mean, Raw was pretty good, what I watched of it. The TNA pay-per-view was a big letdown. I know you were very let down.
You want to go over that a little bit? We'll go over the pay-per-view first.
Sounds good to me.
I just thought, I don't know if you want to go match, but I just thought overall, I don't think it was it was so flat. Like I think a big part of it was the crowd. Really, anything that could have been good, like the crowd kind of just takes you out of it because they don't get into anything anymore. They just seem dead, just like they're just there, but they don't care at all about anything.
Zombies.
It's so different. Yeah, that the last paper was the same way, but the one before that, the BFG one, it added so much to the show that it was in a different arena, and these fans really wanted to see it. And when they're reacting to it, I mean, it just makes it so much more enjoyable. I think there was some different stuff on this pay-per-view that just wasn't good, no matter who was in front of, but there were some matches I thought were pretty good, and if they were in front of a hot crowd, I think it really would have been a lot better.
Yeah.
But even without that, there was a lot of mistakes to me on the show. Why would you put Austin Aries and Kid Cash and they're doing a match who's the biggest dick, and then neither guy's playing up to the crowd like they're the baby face. And I think you have to have someone in the match that people want to cheer for. You can't have a bad guy versus bad guy match.
But Jack, I thought you were happy that Jesse Sorensen wasn't in the match.
I am. It makes for the actual match itself makes for better, but you still need the dynamic of someone that the crowd wants to win and someone the crowd wants to lose, or if both guys the crowd wants to win. But this one, the crowd didn't care who won. They don't like either guy.
Yeah.
It's basically just guys doing moves to do moves. Why not just turn one of them babyface? Even for that match. But were you into that match? I thought everything was all right in it, but it just that no one's into it. Both guys are heels. There's nobody you're supposed to cheer for.
Would have liked to see Kid Cash win the match, but I was kind of into it just because of the participants. But I can see what you're saying, that they needed a face to be in there to get the crowd really going. Because they both were just bad guys.
Yeah, I think either guy could be a face.
Yeah. I think Kid Cash is definitely just a heel, though.
Yeah, he's a mean dude.
At one time, he was a good face. I mean, back when he first started with ECW, but
I think he could still be today. I think they would get behind this old grumpy Kid Cash just beating everybody up.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Just tweak a little bit, I'd like it. But what else? I thought the main event especially. The best match I would say was not Lance Storm, Cowboy James Storm versus Angle. I thought that was probably the best match on the show.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Jeff Jarrett versus Jeff Hardy. That was an alright match.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah,
I wasn't too thrilled about it.
It was alright. But the main event, let's get to that, because that's probably the thing I want to talk about the most. That was ridiculous. They had a 30-minute Iron Man match, and it came down to a tie, and then Robert Roode just got outside. Was it just a double count out, or just the time ran out? Oh, that's what it was.
Well, see, it was 3-3. And so he just wanted to run out the clock. I understand the reasoning, it's a heel move. He runs out the clock. He doesn't want to try to win the match. He just wants to keep the title. I understand what they're trying to get at, but when you pay, it's on a pay-per-view, so it's $45 show, $40 on standard definition, and it's the end of the show. Not only that, it's a pay-per-view's all the matches are build up to the pay-per-view. It's not a TV match where A TV match, it's like a continuation from week to week, so I could understand at the end of a TV show, but the pay-per-view, you should get some type of your money's worth. And what wrestling has over boxing and what they have over MMA is it's fixed. They decide who's going to, not only who's going over, but they also decide, how long the match is going to be, what kind of payoff they're going to give you. Let's make the fans go home happy like they got their money's worth. Because in a real fight, you never know. It might go 10 seconds. It might go a minute. It might end in a draw. And people aren't going to be too thrilled over a draw.
Yeah, I don't know of too many MMA matches that end in a draw, though, most of the time.
Well, if they do it, people would be like kind of, even if it's a good match, it's, you want a winner. You want a clean-cut winner. And in wrestling, they have total control over that. So, but this, it just totally left me totally flat. Like, I watch this whole show, I watch a 30-minute match, there's no winner. It's just total, bleh.
Yeah. It was just, I couldn't believe they actually did it. I thought they were going to do, 10 more minutes, because they had plenty of time left before 11 o'clock.
The match itself was fine, just the finish, like, this really felt like I wasted my money.
And if you didn't feel like you wasted your money on that one, the Jeff Hardy-Jeff Jarrett match, the results are going to be announced on Impact.
Yeah, that's another...
Who's going to get fired, Karen or Jeff?
Why do they do that so much in TNA? And they've done it in WWE, and it sucks, but they do it a lot on TNA, where they'll have, you have to tune into the free show to see the payoff of the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Now, they're not getting people buying the shows as is. This ain't a good way to do it. It's like, why am I buying this? I might as well just watch the free show, and I'm going to find out anyway. I know people who watch the show, for free on the internet. I'm not going to say that's good or bad. I have my own opinion on that. But it is different than actually paying for the show. Because you pay for the show, you expect something special.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. But I will say this, though. I don't think TNA can afford these bad shows. I think they gain some momentum with Impact, and then you go to the pay-per-view, and then it's like, same old crap. It takes you out of the whole product. You just don't really want to watch it.
Yeah, they need more than one good pay-per-view here and there. Like they need to build that up. They need to make these pay-per-views special. You can't always control how the matches are going to come out. Like, if they're going to be good or bad, you can go in thinking, well, if we put these guys with these guys, most likely it's going to be good. But you can control the outcome. You can control the how you book the match. Like, well, I think let's book this so we get the fans watching it, and to the best of our ability, they're going to go home happy. They're going to want to buy the next pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. And I don't think they did that at all with the end of this. Who would put that on there and think, you know what? They're going to see this, and boy, they're going to buy our next show because we really delivered. Nobody's going to think that.
No. So, I don't know. It's just, doesn't it make you just not want to really even watch?
Yeah, it really made me feel like I wasted my money and wasted my time on the show.
It's up and down, up and down. It's like, it really feels a lot like WCW and to a certain extent, because, like, I remember always enjoying Nitro better than the pay-per-views.
Yeah, a lot. I always liked the pay-per-views too, but with the pay-per-views, how WCW is structured. You'd watch a Nitro, and they would have the guys that could really work on the show, and then the guys that not all the NWO guys were particularly very good wrestlers, but they knew how to get the stories across. But then a pay-per-view is all about the matches. So then you'd have, Hogan versus Big versus Giant or whatever, and those aren't necessarily great matches, or Conan, whoever. So, in a way, I guess you're right. Then the Nitro would be better than the pay-per-views. But I always look forward to all the WCW pay-per-views.
Yeah. I just remember watching the ones with, like, Jay Leno on the end, and just like, man, I I feel like that was a waste of my time, you know. And then I would watch Nitro, and it would be better than what, you know, the actual pay-per-view was.
Do you think having guys like, I don't think Rodman, but a guy like Jay Leno, this week they had Maria Menounos, whatever, was on the tribute to the troops.
Maria Menounos.
I don't know.
She was a hell of a worker, too.
Yeah. And then, you know, they had Jersey Shore girl. Do you think that just kind of just shows that anybody could do that? Like, it's kind of a slap in the face to the other wrestlers. Like, you know, this guy, Jay Leno, he's not an athlete at all. It's one thing, Dennis Rodman. I mean, that's a professional athlete, makes millions of dollars. He performs in front of, you know, big crowds. Jay Leno's a comedian. He's a middle-aged dude, or these women that aren't athletes at all, and just going out there and beating people and going toe-to-toe with people. Do you think that just is like a slap in the face to all the rest of the wrestlers?
It is, I think. I think, like, you know, you could tell because we're kind of seasoned fans where that those people aren't quite as crisp as the other wrestlers. Mm-hmm. But if somebody who was just flipping through the channels, they probably wouldn't know the difference and just say, look at that. Anybody can do this old stuff, you know?
Yeah. They can destroy anybody out there. Someone from Jersey Shore can go in there and just beat somebody. Or Jay Leno can go in there and go toe-to-toe with Hulk Hogan, the biggest wrestler of all time.
Freaking Jay Leno.
Well, yeah. Doesn't take any talent.
Well, you know, Jay Leno definitely buried Conan, didn't he? he just dug a grave for him and threw him right in, covered him with dirt.
In a way that made Conan more popular to a lot of people.
I don't know. I don't think his ratings are doing so hot on TBS.
But it made him like a known commodity.
He is very known. I mean, but I think he was already there when he was at NBC. But I don't think he can live off of this, you know, status very much longer. Because I mean, TBS, this show is just not very well watched. I don't think.
I watch it every night.
I know you do, but, I mean, and I like Conan, but it's just, I guess people just don't think late night and TBS go together.
Yeah, well, I think this week, though, or next week, it might be this week because I usually watch them all on demand, but it's like there's going to be 2 hours of Conan every night.
Oh, yeah? That's cool.
Yeah, prime time.
Yeah, and I know he moved to New York recently and stuff, so...
That was a good week too. Yeah, they're trying a lot of different things.
See, they're trying to pull out a bunch of gimmicks to get people watching, but I don't know. It ain't going so well. But I don't know. I feel bad for Conan. He probably should have just stayed where he was, though.
I think
Jay Leno was just dead until he just croaked. It's like, yeah, I got another bad joke for you. Ooh.
It is disheartening that Leno gets such good ratings, because I watch it and I really don't. I don't see how anyone thinks this is like great humor or great anything.
Yeah, anytime I watch Leno, I'm just like, man, this is terrible.
It's just totally bland and like this is not. I don't know everything has to be edgy, but it's just like real, like safe, like the same kind of jokes over and over, and it's just sad that's like that's the best. That's the guy that people think is the best.
Yeah. I don't think many people really respect him in the comedy world. And they'll probably never say it.
No, they don't, which is kind of funny, too. You can definitely notice it. Like, I remember even when Conan took over for Leno, when he took over the Tonight Show, and, like, they would have all these people, Bob Newhart would come on, and, like, I mean, that was like one of the best comedians of all time. All these people come on, and they would talk all about Johnny Carson, and then they would talk about Conan. It's almost like they were like Conan took over for Johnny Carson. And most of them would not even mention Leno.
Man, it's pretty bad. I don't know though. Howard Stern, he definitely hates Jay Leno, but he will say that Jay Leno was a good stand-up comic in his days. So I don't know. That makes me curious to go back and see some of his old footage, but. Nowadays, his jokes are just,
yeah,
just there, and I don't know.
They say, he screwed over Letterman, too, to get the Tonight Show originally.
Well, they say he took the J.J. Dillon spot where he was, like, hiding in the closet while Dave was negotiating, like, a contract or something. Something like that. Like, he hid in a closet.
I don't think Carson was ever happy over it either, because he always wanted to give it to Letterman.
Yeah. Well, at least Letterman just went to the other network and just, went up against him.
Well, it's a different world, though, now. I mean, there's so many different channels out there.
I mean, it's just mind-boggling. They would move Jay Leno, like, earlier in the day and then have Conan after him. I mean, that was just like, why do they do that? I just don't understand why they did the whole thing, but... Anyways, I guess we're a wrestling program.
Right. Just my personal screw Jay Leno. I never liked him before the Conan thing, and now I really don't like him.
But if you were in charge of him, would you take him off with the ratings that he's getting?
No, but he was the one who wanted to go off. He agreed to it originally. He wanted to leave and give it to Conan.
That might have been this public face, but I think probably secretly he had
to sign contracts to do it.
Yeah, but I don't think he really
wanted to leave.
Dude. Pearl Harbored him.
Mm-hmm.
That's the wrestling term from back in the days. I don't think they use that one anymore.
No.
Yeah, I
you think we'll ever see a day where they say they really 9/11 that guy?
Maybe. Like when I'm an old man.
It's basically the same thing.
Yeah, it is.
Pretty bad.
Well, I watched SmackDown because I thought I need to watch SmackDown to hear these comments that Michael Cole's making towards Jim Ross. They finally said something that pissed Jim Ross off to actually stand up for himself.
Mm-hmm. He went on the Twitter like a real man and said, that guy's a butthead.
Yeah.
But how is that any different than what WCW did? Michael Cole making fun of the man's Bell's palsy.
I don't think many fans have probably picked up on the comment because it was really short. Like when I watched it on the show, it was just one line and it was real quick. And it's probably worse in a way because it seems more real, like Ed Ferrara coming out, doing his deal. That just is just kind of a hokey gimmick, even though he was doing kind of the bad facial expressions and everything. But you kind of just accept it as a joke, like they're making fun of Jim Ross. But what Michael Cole said, it was pretty venomous. It was just like, he said something like, I talk out of my mouth straight, unlike JR. Mm-hmm. And it was just a real snide comment. So, do you feel that Michael Cole legitimately hates JR?
It's weird. You wouldn't think that they would, really hate each other at that, but I don't think you would say something like that if you really didn't like him.
The dude.
Yeah. You can joke with guys that you like, but I think that you'd only say that if you really just didn't like him.
Yeah.
You just really want to be mean to him.
I can see him having a lot of animosity against him because no matter what he does at his job, people still tell him that JR is far better than he is.
Uh-huh.
But that's just how it is,
He just is. I mean, there's nothing he's going to do about it. That beginning of Raw with Jim Ross and Cole was one of the worst segments I've ever seen.
Yeah, I did see that. I understand he was rapping or something.
Yeah, they had a rap off, and Cole did his rap, which wasn't terrible, but it wasn't good. But then Jim Ross tried to do his, and it just, I don't know if they booked it to be bad, but he didn't even rhyme, he didn't do anything, or it just was not a good segment. Really bad segment.
Why do they have JR doing this silly stuff, man?
They just get off on me and bullying the man. It's a company that's so anti-bullying. And I'm not really I don't think people should be bullied and kill themselves, obviously. It's horrible. But I think they go too far with the anti-bullying stuff. But at the same time, you can't go up there and say we're anti-bullying and then bully everybody in your own company.
What would they do if JR killed himself over the comments that they've made about him? What would they do? He's like, I'm now a laughing stock and I can't live with myself anymore. And he's hanging from a noose.
Put him on the biggest turkeys list.
And then he really kill himself. Not a turkey, damn it. I'll show you who's a turkey. I'll kill myself. Mm-hmm. Would they still make fun of him? Like, you think they could resist at that point? They'd be like, can we not make fun of him now?
If he killed himself, I don't know. I think they might just write him out of history.
I don't think so. Well, they don't like bringing light to, so maybe they would.
To me, I don't want people to think I'm thinking that's the same as Benoit, because it isn't. If Benoit just killed himself, I would feel bad for him. But I think if he would kill himself because he was bullied, they would not want to bring that up. They would not want to bring attention to Jim Ross.
WWE was not being a star. They were bullying. It's definitely. I mean, they should shine a little bit more light on this. How like hypocritical it is of them. I mean, they come on and they tell the entire universe, "Do not be a bully," and then they're like, "Well, look at JR. He's pulling his head out of his own ass. He's a freaking idiot. His mouth's messed up from Bell's palsy, a disease that he never asked for." And they're just being mean to the man.
Now, let me ask.
Just can't understand why he puts up with it. He takes it. I mean, he's on TV rapping and stuff. When's he going to put his foot down and say, I'm not doing any more of this silly shit? If you don't want to use me for commentary, don't use me for commentary. Just pay me, and I'll just sit here. But if you want to use me for commentary, that's what I do best. I'll go out there and I'll outshine Michael Cole. Mm-hmm. And that's what he would do. I would like to see the man say that. He's like, if you don't like it, fire me. But
he's not going to do that because now the JR's barbecue sauce is you can only get it off WWE.
They locked him in, man. They got him by the balls, and they know it, and they're just bullying the hell out of him.
And not only, it's one thing to say like, well, we got this guy because, we're selling his barbecue sauce. For whatever reason, he can't go anywhere else. But that doesn't mean you have to take advantage of that and just humiliate him. That's like, what kind of mentality is that? Like, there's got to be something wrong with you. Like, if that's the kind of stuff that, like, gets you excited.
This is a campaign I can get behind. We need to stand up for JR. No, we don't need to hear the inch you're buying on freaking in your head. We need to stand up for JR and show that WWE's bullying him around.
All right.
That's what people need to start a Twitter thingy-majig for and tweet
Twitter
about
campaign.
it. Twitter
Leave
campaign.
Jim Ross alone, you bunch of assholes.
Leave Jim Ross alone, you bunch of assholes.
Not only that, but the man, he's great for your company. Look how much better the matches are when he's out there putting them over. Who would you rather have? Jim Ross putting the matches over, making it memorable, or a guy out there telling you what you're watching is a waste of time? Why is that even a debate? Who thinks that's good?
I guess Vince McMahon does, because he calls the shots.
I just don't understand. Now, okay, let's go back to the suicide, okay? Now,
suicide.
You were saying
shoot.
Get
the gun. Get the gun.
If someone was so upset by someone in WWE said, Michael Cole's making fun of you on commentary, and someone did go out there and off themselves, could you use that for more heel heat on Michael Cole?
So somebody kills themselves on live TV, and then Michael Cole gets heel.
Well, they can even on the privacy of their own home. But they can say, Michael Cole, back in the day, I used to watch wrestling, and Ox Baker would be out there and say, that guy killed 7 men with the heart punch.
Yeah, but
Michael Cole
I don't think he actually did.
Suicide. Well, what if they? Okay, they don't have to really kill him. What if they would do this as a gimmick? He's out there, he's making fun of Daniel Bryan. They cut to the back. Daniel Bryan's in the tub. He just cut his wrists, but they save his life. They save his life. He don't
well,
do
that makes it all better, doesn't it?
But he drove this man to try to kill himself. Would that add more heel heat to Michael Cole?
That doesn't really put over Daniel Bryan, does it?
Well, does Daniel really put him over just going one-on-one with Michael Cole?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
I don't think just going one-on-one with Michael Cole puts him over either.
No, it doesn't. Did you see the segment on SmackDown where he was like yelling back and forth with him, though?
Yeah, do you think that really puts a... I mean, he's standing up for himself, but it's a commentator.
Yeah. I just thought he did that so well, though, Daniel Bryan did. Like, how angry he seemed at Michael Cole, and I just think that's one of the things that wrestling misses nowadays.
Yeah, but it's why can't he do that against another wrestler? Why can't he build up a feud with somebody that he can get in the ring with and have a match?
It'd definitely be better utilized if it was done with another wrestler, that's for sure. But I thought that was a good segment where you felt he was legitimately angry at Michael Cole. But, yeah, I see what you're saying. Why couldn't that have been Cody? Because, Cody was the man who hit him, kind of blindsided.
It's like, holy shit, these guys are going, he hates him. He almost just mentioned WrestleMania. What does this build to? Michael Cole versus Daniel Bryan?
And another thing, people go down way too easy in wrestling. All Cody did was, a flying, shot to the head or something, kind of like just a flying forearm. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think it would take a lot more of that than that to put Daniel Bryan down, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, well, maybe a ref or something.
Would it hurt him just to stand up and kind of go throw blow to blow for a while or something, I mean, they do so many of those blindside things. Mm-hmm. See it way too much. What would you do if, just a fight kind of broke out right there and just kept going for a little bit? Would it kill him?
Like Nexus.
Yeah. Cody choked him with Michael Cole's tie or something. Oh, man. He's like, use this tie, Cody.
What do you think about Cody Rhodes' his shape recently? I mean, the man's all cut now.
I know where this is going, Jack.
What? I just asked you.
I know what you're thinking already.
What? What do you think I'm thinking?
You're thinking he's on the gas.
Oh, I was going to say he's in gay shape.
Oh, I was figured you were going to say he's on the roids, allegedly.
Well, he could be. He could. There's a lot of guys. I think roids. I think the vitamins have come up in TNA lately. There's a lot of guys there that found their vitamins.
Well, I mean, it's not like wrestling hasn't been known for that. So I mean.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I actually endorse it, but you can tell a lot of those guys are, they're taking their vitamins, saying their prayers.
Man.
But this came up on the board recently. It's a thing called gay shape. They're saying that all the wrestlers are in gay shape. They're all ripped. They all look the same. Do you like your wrestlers to be in quote-unquote gay shape?
I don't think every gay person's ripped, though. I mean, there are heterosexual people who are ripped as well, I mean, I know it's more common for gay people to take better care of their body, but, I mean, there are a few, manly men who are just ripped. Not saying that homosexuals are not manly.
Let's take gay out of that. Do you think all the wrestlers should be ripped?
Nah, I like to see different people out there. I like to see a Samoa Joe if he's used correctly, Big tubby guy, who's an ass kicker. I mean, in life, that's how it is a lot of times.
Oh, yeah.
Really, it's just a big fat guy who could really kick some people's asses, Mm. And then, I mean...
Usually, someone's really cut up spot isn't the toughest dude.
Sometimes they're not, yeah. Normally, like, the guy who just sits around and eats beans and farts all day, he's a pretty tough dude.
That's what I do. I've never lost a fight.
Have you ever had a fight?
That's besides the point.
But, yeah, I don't know. Gay shape. I just don't understand why people are saying that now. It's like, okay, it must be just a new term and people want to use it.
I kind of like the term myself, but
gay shape, so they're ready to bang some ass. That's what kind of shape they're in now. They've gone from heterosexual into just homosexual shape. I don't know. It doesn't make much sense to me. I mean, wrestling's a profession where people try to keep their bodies in good shape. So, I mean,
well, let's stick on gay here for a second. Hulk Hogan.
That's easy for you, Jack.
Hulk Hogan is suing his wife for calling him gay, and so is her Beefcake. He's like, "You're what? Gay with the Hulkster." They're suing.
I don't blame him, man. If you had all that money turned over to Linda, would you want to sue her?
I hope they win. I hope they take her for everything. I hate that one.
That is terrible. You look at poor old Hulkster. He's all broken down. He's got this huge house for all the kids and the wife and everything. And then she ends up leaving him, and then she takes all of his freaking money, 70% of it.
Mm-hmm.
And what the hell has she done? I mean, she helped raise his kids, but other than that, she didn't earn that money. He provided that life for her.
Oh, yeah. He said, and I don't understand. It's bad enough if they said 50-50. You split everything 50-50. But she got 70%. How does that make any sense to anybody?
Both the kids are grown. She's not taking care of them anymore. I mean...
what she need the money for?
What does she need 70% for, you know?
Yeah, how is that fair at all? The guy who worked for it is famous and made the money. He gets 30%, a third of it. It's not fair.
I just don't understand that. I mean, it is mind-boggling. There was somebody paid or something there, like somebody paid underneath the table, or what happened? I mean, how did this country get into this type of shape?
I want to ask you something else about this. About this lawsuit, okay?
Yeah.
In a PC world, I think you have less of a shot of suing somebody for slander for calling you gay, because you're taught that's not a bad term.
That's true.
A gay guy couldn't sue. Maybe they could at some point. But you think a gay guy like Elton John? If I said, Elton John, he's banging he is the biggest heterosexual male around. Could he sue? Could he say, "What? I'm not a straight man. I'm suing for slander."
Does put a different spin on it. It's like nowadays it's not a bad thing to call somebody gay. It's just they're homosexual. But I don't know. I don't think he'll. Yeah, he probably won't do very good. She's made some allegations that, like, in her book, that him and Beefcake have sex together, and all that stuff. But
if they do, I'm thinking Hogan's the top. I mean, I could see Beefcake giving some bro jobs just to hang out with the Hulkster.
You don't think that Hogan's going to be the pitcher?
No,
Hogan's not going to be the catcher?
No, I don't see it.
I don't think it's true, though. I mean, that just seems like a lie just to piss somebody off.
Yeah, I think so, too. Piss off the bulky dudes. Andrew, we got a call here. Let's take it quick, all right?
All righty.
We got 757 area code. Who are you?
Hey, what's up, Jack? It's Mike Money.
Mike Money. We haven't heard from Mike Money in a long time, Andrew.
It's been a while.
I just wanted to call and let you guys know that I am so thankful for the hours and hours of entertainment you give me at my new job.
Oh, I'm glad we took this call, Andrew. That's a good man.
Mm-hmm.
And I also wanted to chime in on the the steel cage debates.
Uh-oh.
I didn't mean to stir up any
right.
feelings, but, I have to side with the mesh cage.
Ah, it's a good man, just like I thought. I had no doubts into Mike Money. I saw that number come up and like, this is a guy we gotta listen to.
I knew it wasn't going to go in my direction. As soon as he called in, didn't even bother saying hello to me. I know where the Mike Money stands.
He thanked us for the hours of entertainment we're providing.
Yeah, but he thanks you. He doesn't thank me. He doesn't care about what the intro contributes to the show. He only wants to come on here and say, oh, the mesh cage is better. Well, I got news for you, Mike. It isn't. Real men do battle in a big blue cage because that's the way it is. I will give the mesh cage this. When Karen Angle was cheering on Jeff Jarrett and she had her boobs pressed up against that mesh cage, I think it looks better than the blue cage. Boobs up against the mesh, that was good stuff.
Oh, man.
Well, I mean, boobs up against anything is always a win.
Yeah, but I don't think it'll work as well on the blue cage.
What if she?
I'll give it that. Unless she kind of did oh man, I'm getting just too nasty there.
What if she put her boobs right around one of the blue poles and kind of?
Well, you're saying exactly what I was thinking there. But,
I might change my mind about the blue cage if there's boobs going through the
That
bar.
is the one good thing. See, the big blue cage is basically like a stripper pole, a bunch of stripper poles. Maybe they could use it for the knockout division and just have a stripper pole match.
China could use it for her new escort service.
I want to bring this up. Good. I forgot this intro. Did you hear this?
Yeah, I heard about it.
China, have you? There's been a fund on the board. They want to raise money to get China to escort 1-inch biceps.
Me?
Yes.
Where's she going to escort me to?
The bedroom, baby.
I think you gotta have another destination, don't you? Like, you gotta pretend like it's for something else. I mean, don't you? Isn't that how escorts work? It's like you gotta act like you're going somewhere, and then, yeah, like I gotta take her down to the Hillbilly Hot Dogs, and then it's to the bedroom.
here's the tube steak for you, baby.
That'll never happen.
Man, how is this woman fallen, though? Now she's basically a prostitute.
I don't understand it. Why does she want to do all this stuff when she could just go to TNA or, WWE had some interest in her? I mean, what the hell is she doing? I don't know. I think she's mentally ill or something.
I saw the U shoot with her, and she's like, I think that it's a glamorous life. And I was like, what the hell is wrong with this woman?
Yeah,
that's glamorous. And why was she dressed like the Unabomber on the U shoot?
She had like a torn up shirt on, and her hair was all mangled. And
she had a hoodie on the whole time and no makeup. It was very weird.
It's funny that they said that was the guy who looked like the Unabomber, and it turned out it wasn't even close. It was like this old crazy man in the shack. But yeah, I don't understand why she's doing all this stuff. I mean, she's got to be mentally ill or something.
Mike, are you saving up the penny bank money? The piggy bank? You gonna break it open?
I'm ready to cash in right now because there's nothing more that I want than to have China join me and my fiance in the bed at our honeymoon.
Yeah.
I hear it in the back. I think it was someone put the prices on the board, and it was like $2,000 for the first hour or something like that. Let's see if I can find.
I better save up for about $8,000 then, because
there was a special for a 24-hour period and for a weekend.
24 hours, man. You'd have to be a China fan, wouldn't you?
I need her for 24 hours. I think you'd get really sick of that voice after 24 hours.
Yeah, I think I don't think I could take it. I'd be like, God, get out of here, why don't you? I mean,
let me. Huh? Maybe it was in the chat room. I think someone in the chat room had it. But anyway, it was $1,000 for like the first hour, and it was like a weekend rate, and it was like $10,000 or so. Now, what if I would escort her? Okay, Incher. We're gonna take her to the fan fest, and then we film a shoot interview while we're banging her.
Oh, I didn't know I was in pornography now.
Sean Oliver has never done this. He's done timelines. He's done U-shoots. He's done all this stuff. He's never done a shoot interview while he's having intercourse with the woman.
Wouldn't it be kind of hard to come up with questions at that point? I mean, kind of busy.
You could be in the Dylan JJ position in the closet.
Figures.
We could take turns.
I don't know. I might prefer to be in the JJ position
with a blindfold.
You just open the closet afterwards and find me dead.
You're just laying there crying. Covering your eyes. But I don't know, that could be good. That would be good. It would be hard, I think, though, after that to get someone to do the second one. You're like, will you do our food interview? I'm like, yeah, let me check out your video. All right, Hunky Tonk Man, here you go.
Nah, guys, I don't think I want to do the interview.
All right, Mike Money. Thank you for calling. Was there anything else?
Hey, yeah, I just wanted to give a quick shout-out to the 7-year-old that was crying behind me at the Slammys when Kane came out.
Oh,
it was great, and it really topped off my night.
Excellent.
All right, see you guys later.
See you, Mike. You've been entered in the contest as well.
Sweet.
All right, let's go back to Raw. Shall we go do some Raw? The Slammys?
Yeah, whatever you want to talk about there.
Was there anything else? I thought the Slammys overall, I thought the Slammys themselves were pretty dumb. I really didn't enjoy any of the Slammys.
Have they ever been serious, though?
Yeah, but I think they were not even, like, enjoyably dumb, just dumb. Like, oh my God, what the fuck? What's the difference? The holy shit? Aren't they the exact same thing?
OMG.
I did like the segment with Punk, though. I thought that was funny when he showed the video on Johnny Ace.
I didn't see that part. What happened there?
Oh, he showed like a highlight video of him as in the Dynamic Dudes days.
Huh. Was it funny?
Yeah, it was funny.
Excellent.
It's good stuff. Show him dancing in the ring, cutting promos as Johnny Ace. Now, I think it went over the heads of most of the fans because it didn't get like a big reaction.
Oh. Isn't it nice that WWE has all this old footage of stuff they used to make you do, and then they use it against you? They're just like, we made you act like a total jerk-off back in the days, and here, we're going to bring it to light right now.
What if they had a show where they showed old clips to make fun of people?
It's like, we just hired Terry Taylor. We used to make him come out as a rooster.
But it was too bad I didn't get a very good reaction from the crowd. I thought that was probably the best part of the actual Slammies. But I thought the show itself had some good stuff. I thought the four-way match was really good.
What if Johnny Ace come out and be like, oh, look at CM Punk. He thinks he's a gangster from the 30s. What if he came out and did that? That's probably the only bit of footage that WWE would have of CM Punk doing something embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's really not that embarrassing, but they need to make Punk come out as a Red Rooster or something, and then bring it up a couple years
so they can
down
reference
the road.
it.
Yeah.
He was they were like the dynamic duo, him and Kofi.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty bad name. Just ripping off Batman and Robin.
The dynamic duo.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while since I heard them refer to Batman and Robin by that name.
Really? I don't know. Maybe I'm just older. I always remember him as a dynamic duo.
No, I mean, I remember hearing it a lot in the 90s, but it's been a while since I've heard people refer to him like that.
Yeah, what else was, the four-way match, I thought the match was really good. I thought the setup was dumb, and then the aftermath was dumb. It was like, first of all, the trending star, that just makes me mad. Like,
yeah. I hate hearing about people who are trending. It's like, I just don't care. What is trending? Is it on, like, Twitter? Is that the only place that it's at? So you're trending, so you're just, like, a popular thing at the moment?
Right. People are hashtagging you a lot, so you're
What the fuck's a hashtag? What is that?
It's like the number sign.
Yeah. What's hashtagging somebody? It's so perverted. Let's say I'm hashtagging Jack in the back. I'm hashtagging freaking China here because I paid her $1,000. Take my hashtag.
Oh, man, I'm hot in the interest hashtag tonight.
Oh, you have to turn it around, don't you?
Exactly. But, the hashtag. Anyway.
So, what is it? Somebody's hashtagging you.
All right, so let's say, for instance, listen to IYHWrestling.com. They're live right now. Hashtag IYH Wrestling. Hashtag wrestling. Hashtag WWE. That's just like a keyword that, like, people would find. I don't know.
God, I hate Twitter.
Keyword like on YouTube. You know, where you put, like, the keywords?
Yeah.
Sort of like that.
I'm just going to say it right now. I'm never going to join Twitter. Slarty Bardfest on our message board, he's told me that I need to join Twitter. It's just not going to happen, my man. Here's your response. I know I haven't responded yet. I'm just not going to join Twitter. I just do not care about it.
If you were, what kind of hashtag would you label Slarty? What kind of hashtag do you have for Slarty?
I don't know if I want to hashtag Slarty.
Alright. So, anyway,
I don't understand it. You post updates and it goes to people's phones and stuff. It's like, that just sounds annoying to me.
I don't like it. I guess we should promote it more, but you can follow us on IYHWrestling.com. You can help us trend. You can retweet us. If you retweet us, you will get your name in your head.
Oh, retweet me, baby.
You can win yourself a prize on the prize wheel.
I just hate Twitter. Isn't Facebook enough? I mean, that's fine with me.
I like it better, Facebook.
It's like, why do I want people sending me updates to my phone about what they're doing? And it's like, I don't care that much.
Just wipe my ass. Hashtag toilet paper.
I mean, God, every little thing doesn't need to be posted on the internet. I mean, there's stuff you can keep to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just a dinosaur or something. Yeah. People call me old-fashioned, Jack.
Mm-hmm. I like an old-fashioned.
Mm-hmm.
Some bourbon.
Do I have to ask China's dad if it's all right before I court her? I mean, I'm that old-fashioned.
I'm going to court her right in the hashtag. Now, if I'm courting her in the hashtag...
Hey, Pops, I'm going to put it right in her hashtag.
We got to leave her mouth open, though, for the interview part.
Just paid your daughter like $2,000 to, have my way with her.
One in the hashtag, one in the Twitter. We'll be all set.
Yeah.
All right, Insure. Back to Raw. All right. But I say the trending superstar of the year, and then they said like they gotta wrestle to find out who's which makes no sense, and that didn't matter because Dolph Ziggler won, but then the other guy still won. What was the point of all that? Why did they have a match?
I think just to kill time.
The guy won. How did anybody win any of these awards? Was there any voting?
I don't know. Like, there was one where it was like a most shocking moment. I guess as the OMG, and it turned out to be Triple H beating. It wasn't beating the Undertaker, but he made it sound like he beat the Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's weird. He's saying that he ended the streak.
Yeah, he didn't end no streak. Undertaker beat him.
Yeah. Now they're saying that that's going to be the match at the WrestleMania this year, Triple H versus Undertaker. Why would you want to say you ended the streak for? You want to build that up?
Yeah, I mean, why is he saying that? Don't make no sense. But they said that was the most shocking moment, and then it was up against CM Punk's taking the belt out of the company. I think that was more shocking than anything else.
I think so too. I think that was like probably the biggest thing of the year. Like,
and I don't see the fans voting the Triple H match over CM Punk's moment. So it's like, I think that's a bunch of bullshit. I think they're lying to us.
They just want to give it to him.
Yeah, they just want to stick it in our hashtag, but they're not going to.
Hot in the hashtag. I gotta make that into a shirt. I think that might sell.
Hot in the hashtag?
Yeah, hot in your hashtag. Alright.
Yes. I'll come up with hot in your hashtag.
That's how that all started.
Yeah, I know.
Let's get right to it, and everyone's dying. The end of Raw.
Yes.
First of all, before we get to, well, I guess I was thinking, but the end of Raw, the return of one of the most beloved characters, back to the mask, but he also had a new mask. Friggin' Kane came out there and rocked the house. He blew the roof off the building. Everyone was ecstatic to see it.
He had like a big metal mask to begin with, and then it was more of a traditional mask after that. Except it was kind of tighter on his face.
It was like a Jason
out. Yeah.
It's like a Jason X kind of mask.
Like a metal mask. Yeah. It's kind of like what they used at the beginning of Devil's Rejects. Kind of looked like that. But it's pretty cool. I liked it. Change up to the Kane character. I think it's well needed at this point.
I dug it. I liked it going back to the mask. I think people wanted to see that. It's kind of like when Undertaker went back to being the Dead Man. I don't think you do it forever, but I think right now people are really into it. And I'm going to disagree with a lot of people on pretty much everyone but me. I think said this on Facebook, but I think you got to keep him babyface. People want to cheer the guy. Give him what they want.
It's true. I think people are just really excited about him being back in the mask. So
yeah, they want to see it. And then people say, well, you can't have him a baby. You can't have him a goody slapping everybody's hand, smiling. But that's to me not even what a babyface is today, because no one wants to see that. It's much simpler. The babyface is the guy people want to cheer, and the heel is the guy people want to boo.
How about he's the guy who just stands on his own?
You got to have him the guy that people want to root for.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I don't think you want to position him as a guy you want people to be against, because I think people want to see him.
So don't tag team him with John Cena. Don't do anything like that. Just
no. But I wouldn't have him wrestle John Cena either, because Cena is getting booed by most people. If he's in there with Kane with the mask, I think they're just going to boo the guy out of the building.
Yeah.
Everyone want to see Kane kill him.
So we were asked this on our emails, Jack Strange. He sent us an email. He wants to know, is that Kane's real hair or not? Hey. And I have no clue whether it is or not, Jack Strange.
I'd say no. The guy had his head shaved. You couldn't grow his hair that long, like a couple months. He probably grew a little bit, then they add extensions, or just. I don't think it's a total wig. I think it's extensions on those little bit of hair that he had.
I was thinking maybe they could have put it on the mask, because they did that back in the day, but
could be.
I don't know. When he took his mask off, it was like hair extensions on it.
Yeah, but I think they only did that when he took the mask off. I think it was his real hair before that.
Oh, okay. Huh. Not sure. So Jack's saying it's partially his real hair, and I'm just saying I really don't know. It's
definitely not his whole hair. I mean, there's no way he grew that big long hair in a couple months. But he could have grew it a little bit, and then they added extensions.
Yeah.
I don't think they would just put a wig on him and expect him to wrestle with it, because that's what they did with the fake Kane when he was Festus, and like you could just tell it was a wig and looked so phony.
Yeah. Because that dude, he didn't have any hair.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he could grow his for a long time, and it wouldn't work.
Mm-hmm. It's here, Haig84 saying, and I want to thank that man Haig and his lovely wife. They sent me a Christmas card. Thank you. No, and he's saying Triple H is the man, all about the game. And there's another DVD coming out in March about Triple H. Do we need another one of those?
Yeah, I think we need as many Triple H DVDs as we can get.
What's he done since last time one came out? He had, 2 matches?
He certainly hasn't hashtag China, that's for sure.
Do you think he's been hashtagging Stephanie?
I think so. Probably.
But they've had kids, so he wasn't...
You think the hashtagging's over?
Yeah.
The hashtagging days are gone? Man. Man's got to look for other prospects if that's the case.
Well, they say that the redhead there from TNA, that she was giving up the hashtag for Triple H, and that's why they got rid of her.
That's a rumor. That's alleged. So not sure if that's true or not, but that's been floating around for quite a few years now.
Yeah,
Christy Hemme, that's her name, Jack.
Just to let everybody know, they've been trying to call in. We're not taking calls quite yet, but we will shortly.
Yeah, we're about to go there. But, yeah, I don't know. Another Triple H DVD kind of feels like it's a little too soon. I mean, didn't we just have one a few months ago?
Yeah.
I mean, what else can they really say about Triple H that we don't know already?
What would they have on it?
Yeah. I don't get it.
His match with Punk and his match with Undertaker, I think that's all he's done, in the last year.
And that is all. That's a hell of a DVD.
His short run is like the COO. God,
oh, God. That was terrible. I think he's still actually the COO. So he can still go back to that.
What's going to happen with him and Nash?
At TLC this weekend?
Yeah. How do you see that match playing out?
I think Triple H has got to win. I think whatever's going to happen, because it's a ladder match with a sledgehammer on top of, you pick the sledgehammer off and you can use it against your opponent. I think Triple H is going to win.
Well, I mean, just the match itself. Do you think he's going to be bumping his ass off for Nash?
Geez, you just about have to, don't you? I mean,
but is he really is he in shape either to be doing that?
I think he's in better shape than Nash, that's for sure.
Yeah, but he's got bad legs, and I don't know. I don't really see it.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope they pull out I think he'll want to put on a good match because it's his buddy, and I think Nash will want to put on a good match to prove that, he's got something. It's his biggest match in years. Maybe they'll keep him around. So I think both guys are going to try their best, but I don't know if they're physically up to doing it. I hope they surprise us, though. I hope it's good. I've actually been enjoying Nash's promos lately.
Yeah, he's been doing a pretty good job. I don't really like him as, the ass-kicking character, though. I just don't think he's well utilized in that sense.
I like it. I get sick of guys just going out there cutting and being stand-up comedians.
Yeah. I know what you mean by that, but it just it doesn't feel right with Nash just not doing that.
I prefer it.
Okay.
I've never really been a big Nash fan. I kind of like him as just this guy just wanting to kick ass. The only time I really liked him was when he's with Hall in the NWO. I've never really been a fan of him by himself, though.
I saw Hall was singing Kid Rock songs on YouTube.
Yeah, I like that. That was pretty. I'm not gonna say his rendition wasn't the greatest, but I could definitely see how that song meant something to him.
Mm-hmm.
I could see how it would mean something to his life, and he said that it helped him a lot in some bad times. So that's cool.
That's cool.
Well, you want to go to break and come back and take some calls?
Sounds good to me, Jack.
Now, before we go to break, I got a little something for everybody. What do you think about that?
Oh, man.
Or do you want to save that for the end?
You're going to bust it out?
You ready?
Yeah, bust it out like Mary J. Blige here, Jack.
Yeah, all right.
Never really got her.
Just like the ones I used to know, where the wrestlers reminiscing, all the marks they listen to hear Jack and Incher on the show, yeah. I'm dreaming of a white in your head, with every in your head banner that I drew. May your cages be mesh, not big glue. And may all your podcasts be with the In Your Head crew. I'm dreaming of a white in your head, just like the ones I've grown to know, where the wrestlers reminisce and all the marks they listen to hear Jack and Incher on the show. I'm dreaming of a white in your head, with every IYH tweet I write. May the Headyverse be merry and bright, and may all your podcasts be white, and may all your podcasts be in your head. Merry Christmas, everybody.
You're listening to InYourHeadOnline.com. This is Playboy Buddy Rose. And if you want to hear the best wrestlers and the best wrestling stories, stay tuned every Wednesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Western time, InYourHeadOnline.com, to get the best wrestling history stories ever told, past, present, and future.
Blue Demon llamando.
¿Qué pasa, gringos? This is Santo Loco. You're looking for some lucha libre action, but you can't get the Spanish channel, or you don't understand what they're saying? Check this out. Triple A in English. Check out all the Triple A superstars, the Rudos, the Technicals, and your host, Santo Loco, to commentate for you, for all your gringos. Ha ha ha! So check it out at InYourHeadOnline.com or at MySpace, Triple A in English. Check it out.
Arriba los rudos, los rudos, los rudos. Hi, this is Max Payne, and you're listening to InYourHeadOnline.com. Hey, if you don't keep listening to the guys that you're listening to right now, you're a bum. Check them out. They're the best.
All right, we have returned here to In Your Head. And we're taking calls now. 644-8503. All right, we've got Patrick on the line. Patrick, what's on your mind?
Hi, I need a favor.
All right.
For everyone who has a Facebook, I'm trying to win a contest to win tickets to Impact Wrestling and meet and greet passes at the Times Union Center in Albany, New York, December 29th. I need everyone who has a Facebook to go onto that page and like my wall post so that I can win.
All right, did you hear that? You got to go and like, what's your name? Patrick what?
Hayes.
Patrick Hayes. Like his wall post, and you can win some TNA tickets.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Help Patrick out here.
Was that all you're calling in about?
Yes.
All right, well, thank you, Patrick.
Thank you.
All right. That was interesting. Eric!
Hey, this is Patrick. I also need you to like my Facebook page.
And Eric's so needy.
I'm sorry. I don't know how to follow up like the Facebook page and the most beautiful song I've heard for Christmas.
Mm-hmm. That drunk that was singing earlier?
Hey, you watch it. That was beautiful.
Nah, it really sounded like just like Otto off of The Simpsons singing or something.
What?
Or something.
Who that is?
Some drunk old sob down at the pub just bellying out.
You're just jealous.
Nah, that was terrible, dude.
A lot of people loved it. I write the song for you. I write song for everybody. Trying to bring some spirit to the show. And you're just so negative. Negative Nancy. That's what I'm going to start calling the intro.
You're like, I'm very... It was a funny month.
He made me take off my underwear. Like, come on. Jesus Christ. That was beautiful. Don't be jealous. You don't even baa anymore. I mean, you're just a broken down old goat.
Eric's throwing his underwear at the computer screen.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm hot and ready now. Shit.
He's like the pizza from Little Caesars. He's hot and ready.
Mm-hmm.
I could see him taking that underwear off those short little legs of his. This guy's amazing.
I'm Eric the Midget.
Eric, I appreciate that you like the song. Appreciate all the hard work I put into writing those lyrics and all the music lessons I've taken to become the singer that I am. But what is on your mind in the world of wrestling?
All right, I got two things for you. So, what do you guys think about these new promos and the whole control thing at the end? And now it's a girl in charge of the guy? Like, could it be The Undertaker and Michelle McCool? Or do you think it's this whole Stephanie McMahon and Shane McMahon thing that everybody's talking about?
Let me think, intro. Everyone's saying it's Jericho, but I don't see the connection to Jericho. And if it is Jericho, I don't think it's like the greatest way to bring him back. It's weird, like these little kids talking in like a classroom. What is that supposed to mean? Jericho likes little kids or what?
Could be.
Kind of like Seven territory.
I don't know what it's supposed to mean. It's strange. So what's the rumor about Stephanie and Shane? Like it could actually be them coming back?
That's the whole rumor that's circulating around right now, but I don't think it could be. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't think Stephanie would be up for that. I think she's glad that Shane's gone. She's like finally muscled him out of this company. He's just like the big dummy who's just living off of his wife now.
It kind of has some validity to it, though, considering he actually is running some kind of broadcasting company, and they're looking for something for the WWE Network right now.
Yeah, but it's not. He's running this thing in China. It's like China to bring on demand to China. Strange.
Yeah.
Maybe he would bring WWE on demand to China. Is that what you're saying?
Last time I knew, Shane and Vince had some kind of problem with each other, so who knows? And also another little notable thing that's been circulating around, apparently Dolph Ziggler might be winning the Royal Rumble this year and challenging CM Punk, since CM Punk doesn't have anybody that is challenging him at WrestleMania.
I'd be into that.
Sounds
that's
good.
Just the other little rumor that's going around that, and on top of that...
It would be good to see someone that you don't really expect win the Rumble, instead of someone we've seen win it a bunch of times. I'd be all for that, Dolph Ziggler winning the Rumble.
imagine the match they would actually be able to put on in probably, a 20-minute time period in a main event also.
Yeah, it'd be good. They'd have to build, keep building Dolph up, which they do a good job with. I've noticed on him and Henry, there's a lot of guys, like, they'll build them up really well, then they'll always want to cut them down a little bit, and I don't understand that mentality. Like, they've been having Henry lose way too much. Like, they did a better job with Henry than I'd ever thought could happen. I'm not a big Mark Henry fan. When they start pushing him, I'm like, oh, God, Mark Henry again. But they proved me wrong. They've done a good job, built him up, and then they start having him lose and cut him down. I don't get that. I don't know why they want to do that. It's like they don't want him to be too over. There was no reason for him to lose, to get pinned on the Tribute to the Troops show.
Yeah.
Did you imagine imagine the amount of headstands that could happen in a 20-minute match?
No headstands. You got to stay away from the headstands. That's just awful.
Man, you're so down on the headstands. That guy's
well,
perfect.
look, I watch Ziggler. I'm like, this guy's good. I don't think he's like the next Austin or anything, but I think he's a really good wrestler. I think his personality-wise getting a little better and stuff. Then he does that headstand, and I'm like, it just ruins all the good he's done before that. Just makes me think this guy's just a total goof. Imagine if after Harley Race won his matches, he would do a headstand. Or Ric Flair, he goes 60 minutes with somebody, beats Dusty Rhodes, he's mad at TA, and then he does his handstand. What would you like that?
Wait, so basically what you're saying is
idiot.
You're saying that the headstand is basically the way of being the highlight reel to the Piper's Pit of just working the match.
Well, it's a convoluted way of going around about the kind. Yeah, I guess so. It's not a good way to celebrate your win. It's not a good post-match celebration. It just looks goofy.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, well, I'm going to get off the phone, and thank you guys very much.
Thanks for the news, Shorty.
Anyone else to call in? It's 508-644-8503. We've got the man on the line here. We've got Chef Carl.
Gentlemen, how are we doing this evening?
Doing pretty good.
Pretty good, Chef.
Well, if I don't get a chance to call in next week, just let me say a Merry Christmas to both y'all.
Thank you, and same to you.
Thank you. A couple things on my mind this evening. First of all, I did get to watch last evening the Tribute to the Troops. I find it interesting that once again on a WWE broadcast, we've got almost all the people with belts losing.
Yeah. I don't know what their fascination with that is. It's never a big deal. It's never like, oh my God, this guy beat the champion. It's just like another match and happens to be the champion lost. Like, why are the tag champions losing in a match? Why didn't the other guys win the belts? Why isn't it? Shouldn't that be a big deal? But it's not. It's just, they beat the champions again.
Again, it just goes back to cheapening, the titles, cheapening any kind of push and momentum they may have, and again, just confusing stuff from Titan.
Yeah, and that's just like a real simple thing to fix. Like, just, they're champions. They should be protected. They got the title. They shouldn't lose unless they're losing the title. Or if they do lose a non-title match, it means that it goes to a title match.
Right. It leads into something else. But, again, the last several times that this has happened, and they've had several shows here lately where it seemed like everybody with a belt got beat. And a lot of the pins were clean.
Yeah.
And I get it. If you're working to something else, okay, that makes sense. However, if you're not, it just seems like my God, it almost seems WCW-like in some of their worst time frame. I mean, it just seems so, just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's not like there's not other people on the card that could, if they want to debut a new tag team, have them wrestle some other tag team and beat them.
And the same thing with the six-man match. I mean, again, not being a fan of Mark Henry in any way, shape, or form, why did it have to be him who took the pinfall?
Yeah, that was really dumb. Not only is he a champion, I mean, he's the big monster heel. It should be a big deal when someone finally pins them. Then they just throw away someone doing a big move on him and pinning them, and for no reason.
They beat the tag champs on the tribute to the troops.
And they beat the Intercontinental champ at the tribute to the troops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like, why didn't they crown a new champion if they're getting beat all the time?
They never even tell you when it's not title until you just have to guess. It's like, well, they won, but they didn't win the belts, so I guess it's not title. They never explain it.
WWE would explain something?
I've read before that they said McMahon doesn't like the term non-title. He says it seems too rash.
Well, I see. He doesn't like non-title. He doesn't like the term wrestling, the wrestler. He doesn't like introducing the referees. Apparently, he doesn't like anything to do with wrestling.
He doesn't like straps, belts. Yeah, it's all these things.
Yeah, exactly.
He certainly likes hashtagging, that's for sure.
Yeah, apparently if it's not Twitter and hashtag, I can't even talk. Hashtag, it's not important.
Mm-hmm.
Which kind of brings me to my second point this evening. And I enjoy reading the board. It's one of the favorite things that I do. Some of the limited free time I have, and gosh, I was just shocked to find out that the term wrestling fan really doesn't exist anymore. It's just WWE fan.
Yeah,
because, again, wrestling just apparently doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm. I noticed someone said this on the board, and it's very bizarre. Do you think WWE is not even wrestling? It's WWE. If you're a WWE fan, you're not a wrestling fan. You're just a WWE fan. Does that make any sense?
WWE will never not be wrestling. I mean, the guys get in the ring, they wrestle, they do their holds and everything. It's got to be wrestling. So.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they'll ever not be wrestling, so I don't know why they try to run from it.
Yeah, no matter what they do, and the only people, trying to appeal to people that don't watch wrestling anyway and think wrestling is stupid, but those people, no matter what they say, they're still gonna think WWE is wrestling, so it's completely pointless. All it does is make the people that love wrestling, it just alienates them. I don't see any benefit to it.
Again, it seems like, thankfully there are, some alternatives out there now that apparently, do promote it as wrestling. Still not sure what to classify TNA as still yet. Because there's times I feel like they're trying to be a copy of WWE, and there's other times they shy away from some of it, but it just, I don't know. Thankfully we got Ring of Honor, and there's a few other things out there.
I watched Ring of Honor this week, too.
You got to watch Ring of Honor. That's must-see TV. I'm sure I'm telling you, man.
Mm-hmm. I saw the psychedelic superstar. It's like the short guy. He's kind of like a Billy Graham ripoff. But he's kind of funny.
But at least, like I said, at least it's wrestling. It's not. They don't pretend to be anything but wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't. I wish I could see ROH, but since you've watched all shows, Incher, what would you say the best wrestling show of the week was?
What would be the best wrestling show of the week?
Was it Ring of Honor?
Gosh, it's probably the one that I enjoyed the most. Impact was it was alright, I guess.
I kind of liked Impact this week.
Yeah, I can't remember too much of what happened on it. The pay-per-view standing out in my mind more so than Impact.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to remember Impact. I know it sounds funny, but it happened Thursday, and we do the show Wednesday, and then you got Joel Gomez blowing his nose and in the background. It's weird.
Too funny.
But Chef Carl, I know you'd say Ring of Honor is your favorite.
Oh, by far. I mean, I look back and realizing that I'm a little older than a lot of folks apparently on the board. I go back to the old territory days. I go back to, when the World Championship seemed to mean something, instead of getting, and then a useless match. And to me, the thing that Ring of Honor does, and it's probably because of Jim Cornette. I mean, the reality is because of his influence.
Mm-hmm.
That to me captures the spirit, if you will, of the wrestling that I remember from the 70s and 80s. You know, they seem to have, it's a lot more, you know, maybe it's a little bit more narrower focused.
Yeah.
You know, because there's times that WWE is all over the place. Well, we're all about Twitter. And don't get me wrong, the last Ring of Honor show I watched, they were talking about Twitter. I'm like, good God.
I think you have.
Of all things for you guys to start doing, Jesus, why that?
I like the announcement that Kevin Steen's going to be taking on Steve Corino at the pay-per-view. I kind of want to see that match.
That to me would almost be worth the $14.95 by itself.
Yeah.
Of course, when you throw in the fact that you got the Briscoes going against
World's greatest tag, or wrestling's greatest tag team. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That to me makes it a no-brainer. The whole thing with Edwards and
Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards.
Yeah, that's gonna be a hell of a match.
Yeah,
because you got guys who are very, you know, I mean, from a skill standpoint, they're very, you know, even as far as how they execute their moves. You know, like I said, I think that they've got a real winner coming up. With, if nothing else, just those three matches.
Yeah, those sound like really good matches to me. That kind of makes me want to order it. So that's happening on the week before Christmas, Friday actually.
Friday the 23rd. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And you know, like I said, unfortunately, I'm sure I'll be working, but it's kind of hard to get a Friday off in this business. But you know, like I said, I mean, I think that for the money, you know, when you compare what they're offering compared to like a lot of the other pay-per-views that are out there, to me, the value you're going to get for just those three matches is just unbelievable.
So. Jim Cornette, when he cuts a wrestling promo, it feels just like the old days. It's just like
you feel like any minute you expect Bobby Eaton and Dennis Conner to walk out. You know?
Yeah,
because it just there's something about Cornette. He's just God, and he's basically the wrestling god as far as promos. He may be one of the greatest promo managers ever.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he just when he talks, it's just like holy hell. You know, this is going to be something.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if it's just one little, you know, snippet here, or if he's interviewing somebody, or, you know, like he's doing now with Ring of Honor, you know, pushing up for the next big thing. It's just like one of those things you almost have to put everything you're doing down and listen, because he captivates your attention that much.
Well, Chef, we want to thank you for calling in. Always good talking to you.
You as well, guys. See y'all later.
But,
all right, Incher. We got some questions here from the chat room. President Clinton wants to know, if Vince had a network in the 80s, do you think Fuji Vice would have been the longest-running weekly episodic program in television history? And what other kind of shows do you think we would have seen?
We probably would have saw a lot of stuff like that.
I think that's in a way, it's probably been a better time for WWE Network, because you had all the crazy characters, and like you could see, like you could really plug a lot of those guys into TV shows. But it would have been really cool. And I got to say this, and I grew up watching it, and like I have fond memories of it. But when I watch TNT on WWE Classics, that show really is just a terrible show.
Wasn't quite like you remembered it.
No. Tuesday Night Titans. Actually, I kind of remember not even liking it when I was a kid, to be honest. But, like, I remember always watching it. And I remember, because I was pretty young then, but I remember my brother always used to make fun of it, and all his buddies would talk about, like, really liking it, like, in a way that, like, it was so, like, bad that, like, they liked it. Like, so corny and stuff. But, yeah, over the years, it's really got, like, this cult following, like, that it was a great program, but it really isn't. Like, if that was on right now, TNT, like, I think it would be, like, universally panned on the internet.
Yeah, I don't believe I ever watched that when I was a kid, so I think I didn't really tune in until, like, you know, Saturday Night Main Event and stuff like that. I'm not sure if I ever knew about Titans on TV, so.
I feel so bad I lost the contact with this guy, because there was somebody that was on the show. He emailed me, wanted to come on the show, and he made one appearance on TNT, and he was this magician. He was kind of like this I don't see, enhancement wrestler, and he did one appearance on TNT as a magician. It's kind of like an infamous thing, and he wanted to come on the show and talk about it, and I lost contact with him. But anyway, if he's out there and he listens to the show, send me an email, and we'll look it up. The name escapes me at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Boxman wants to know, he says he enjoyed the Beat the Clock match on SmackDown. You think you can make a whole pay-per-view about Beat the Clock challenges? WWE Beat the Clock pay-per-view. What do you think about that?
Beat the Clock's alright, but Wade Barrett, he faced somebody, and he beat him in like 7:30 seconds, I think, somewhere around there, and then like came down to Randy Orton, like barely squeaking by and beating that time.
Yeah.
So.
I don't like it. I never really liked that at all. I think you lose the focus on the match at hand, like who's the better competitor. It's more about like how quick this guy can beat this other guy, and it kind of makes him like a jobber. Like it's like a foregone conclusion that the guy that's trying to beat the clock is going to win. That the other guy just isn't not. It's like unimportant in the match. It's just, he's almost like the spoiler of the match. He could just be anybody, like a computer player. It's just this guy's going to beat him quickly. So I don't like the concept.
Yeah, I see what you mean there, because I think Randy Orton was facing Dolph Ziggler, and Wade Barrett, I believe, was facing Ezekiel Jackson. So kind of just writes those two guys off, and especially when you're trying to book Ziggler as the next big thing,
Yeah, it's a really bad spot for Ziggler. I think they've kind of given up on Zeke. I think rightfully so. I liked the guy for a while, but he was really exposed when they started giving him a push. He's just not good. Like, he's got a good look and he's got fire, but he's just not a good wrestler. And you have to be somewhat good today, I think, to make it. I believe it was Body of the Geeks. He wants to know what is on Intra's wish list for Christmas.
Man, I don't know. Like, nowadays, it's just like, I kind of feel goofy asking for video games, so I asked for some pants. Just some cargo pants of sorts. I'm wearing out the pairs that I got, so I need some more. I guess if, like, I could just ask for stuff and not feel goofy, I'd ask for maybe the WWE game, the new one, WWE 12 or whatever it's called. It sounds like a good play. But I don't know. I feel like a little kid asking for that. I just feel goofy, like asking, like, I want Sandy to bring me this, Well,
let's say you go to Santa Claus' lap and be like, bring me the red Ryder.
I mean, I think I would break Santa's leg at this time if I sat on his lap.
Come and sit on my lap today. I guess the toys, the price you'll pay. What about that?
I never heard that one.
Really? Huh. That's what Santa used to say to me. I don't know.
Really?
No.
My goodness.
That's what I tell all the kids.
Was your Santa played by Jerry Sandusky?
Rhythmic slapping in the shower. All right. Dan Baltford, what are the chances of a gay workout on the network? How about just a workout? Think as the divas working out. That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah, that would be good. Like a morning show where they're on those tight outfits. I could be down with that.
Maybe like a View show where like they got the divas sitting around talking about...
who's going to watch that, Jack?
Not me.
Not me either. I mean, maybe it would be good with the ladies, but I'm certainly not.
I don't know. I think a lot of like the faggier fans would like it. Like Dwayne, he'd probably love it. I could see him and Tazo the Greek like really into it.
Did you hear that, Dwayne? He's calling you bad words here. You should sue him for slander.
Body the Greek saying Zubaz pants. Now that's what I'd like to.
Zubaz pants show?
No, like a pair of for Christmas.
Oh. I was like, that's going to be a strange fashion show.
I'd watch that.
Zubaz pants for Christmas? That'd be a hard one to find nowadays, wouldn't it? Do they still make them?
Yeah, at Zubaz.com, they started back up. I was thinking about maybe selling some official In Your Head Zubaz pants.
What would the collars be?
Red, probably. Red and white.
Yeah.
They're pretty sweet. Bad boys. All right. We also got JoJo Gomez here.
You have. Hello, Jack and LYB. How you doing?
Doing good, Joe. Joe Gomez.
JoJo Rising.
I'm just tiptoeing through the tulips for Mr. Presley or something like that. I saw Mr. Presley tiptoeing through the tulips.
Tiptoe through the tulips.
It's quite coherent. How you doing, guys? You like my radio voice?
That's good stuff.
Really.
Good stuff. Yes. I've been listening to you, and I'm enjoying the show so far, especially the part about China being an escort. Oh, my.
Are you drunk tonight, Joe?
Not tonight.
Are you ever sober?
Exceptionally not tonight, yes.
I smell a new Ryan Seacrest here. JoJo Gomez.
Ryan Seacrest. I am not Ryan Seacrest. I like vaginas.
I think he does too. I mean, although
I don't think so, pal. I can smell that for a mile away.
I'm taking up for the Seacrest. He likes vagina.
No.
He's got a hot girlfriend.
I don't think he's tall enough for that.
You seen his old lady? It's hot tamales.
If his old lady's called Jose, then I believe it.
That would be a strange pair, wouldn't it, Jack?
I don't even know what's going on at the moment.
I don't know either.
He'd humble him and everything.
I think his back was broken many times.
You think? Iron Sheik's talk about humbling the women all the time. I mean, how many women, men? He's talking about humbling men. Do you think he's been humbling women like left and right?
Just look for a line filled with people in wheelchairs. That would be it.
Do you think he still can humble a guy?
I think that there is a blue pill that helps him on that process, Jack.
Man, you're freaking me out tonight, Joe.
I hope I'm not.
You are. I'm telling you.
I don't think so.
You sound like a computer.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, you were not creeped out at the idea of China being an escort.
Yeah, it's a little.
This is creeping you out.
It's not creeping me out. I just
feel
sad
bad
for her.
yeah.
She's like totally ruined her life. She's a freaking whore now.
My penis is not complaining.
No. Fork up the cash.
Well,
did she really do it? I mean, honestly, does China really do it for you? I'm being totally honest. No, not being facetious here. Does China give you a stiffy?
I do have $10 in my wallet, so yes.
No, they're not talking about money. I'm saying, would she be worth the money? Would you pay $2,000 to be with China?
She is technically not a man, therefore I would do her.
Oh, enough of this. All right, Joel, thank you for calling in.
I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did.
I don't think you did, Joe.
I don't think so. Unless you're thinking about
you bastards.
Brains out, man. I did not.
Macintosh logging off.
All right, we got the mighty one, the mighty Lexar. We haven't heard from him in ages.
Yes, I'm mighty. I'm back.
Excellent.
What have you been doing with yourself?
I'm pretty mighty bummed out.
Oh, man. What are we bummed out about, Lexar?
You guys know that the WWE Network is launching soon, right?
Uh-huh.
So everybody's been wondering what will happen with Classics on Demand. So there's been speculating that probably launch.
We said this hours ago.
Mm-hmm. But PWI Insider reports that Classics on Demand will cease operations the 1st of January of 2012.
Yep.
Yeah.
Too bad, sad days.
What are you going to miss? What are you going to mix, Lexar? What was your favorite?
I hope they bring the Legends Roundtable to the network, because that was my favorite show on there.
That's what the rumor is, actually. They're going to bring the Legends Roundtable to the network.
I like that. I like the old house shows.
I like hearing Michael Hayes' BS on there. That man is just full of a lot of shit.
I was the greatest of all time. I was out drawing Flair.
Really?
I was pissing on everybody.
Well, that was probably true.
Mighty Lexar, let me ask you this, okay? Let's say you're a young whippersnapper, you're in the wrestling business, you're working hard, you're making a name for yourself. You got the fabulous Freebirds, or the greatest six-man tag team in the history of wrestling. They're going up and down the coast. They're going from territory to territory. They walk in on you, drop trows, just start pissing all over you. Do you take that as a compliment? Do you think, man, I made it in this business. These guys are showing me respect. Or do you get pissed?
Both.
I think, yeah.
Both.
It would be both, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You get pissed, and you get pissed. You get them both.
Yeah, exactly. All three of them. Depending on what they do. If you know what I mean.
Now, there's nothing sitting there just taking a piss on you. Urination. Nothing else.
Is this part of the hazing thing?
Yeah, they were known for doing this.
Or ritual?
Mm-hmm.
Ritual.
Yeah.
No, if they take a piss on me, maybe I'll take a dump of their luggage.
You can start your own ritual.
Exactly. I'll take a
You take a big bucket of feces and throw on them.
Now, why are people? Why did they peed on people with respect? They were showing that they liked you.
I don't think that was a respectful thing.
They can show some weight.
If that was a showing respect, they've got some strange philosophies going on there. It's like, look at me pissing all over you. That's respect right there. No, that's making somebody feel, degraded.
Mm-hmm. Could you do that, Lexar? Could you just whip it out and just start peeing on somebody? Would you feel like less of a person?
No, but I heard there was some hazing back in high school. I knew this kid back in high school. He played for the wrestling team, and once they tore all his clothes off and nothing but his underwear, and they shoved him in the girls' locker room, and they ran away. So he was all alone in the girls' locker room, and fortunately there's no girl, so he's pretty bummed out about it. So.
That doesn't sound like much of a story, really. It's just like...
I know, but it's just put in the room, and there was nobody there. And then he went and put his clothes on.
It's like, well, guess I get my clothes on.
Now, when you say you knew a kid, does that mean this happened to you?
No, I never played for the wrestling team. I never played any sports in high school. I get in high school, do my work, get the hell out of there. Because
I got you, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Lexar, all right. They got the WWE Network coming on. You buying it? If it's available, are you putting out the pesos for the WWE Network?
You know what? If they put it where I lived in New Jersey, New York, and Connecticut area, so they should put it on. But if I pay for the WWE Network and they're taking out Classics on Demand, and I pay $8 for it,
yeah, they're not going. You're not going to pay $8 for that because it's gone. It ain't going to happen.
I want my $8 back if they take out Classics on Demand.
Well, they're going to. I mean, you're not going to charge you for something that doesn't exist.
Well, Ring of Honor charge you for something that didn't exist.
Pretty much. About 55% of the TV I watch is all Classics on Demand. When there's nothing on television, just lame-ass reality shows that I watch several times or I had no interest in watching, I just watch Classics on Demand. Anything Classics on Demand. I watch ECW, the Monday Night Wars, even the pay-per-views they're showing on recently, and classic pay-per-views they have on right now.
Oh, yeah.
Television, I don't watch it that much. I don't watch sports a lot. I don't watch none of anything on the O network or NBA TV or anything.
Good man doesn't watch the O network.
It's just a big fan of the O network.
Actually, my favorite network.
I remember when I first got it. The first video I watched was Steiner Brothers against Lex Luger and Sting from Super Bowl '91.
On the O network?
Sounds like they got some good programming.
Yeah, geez.
Rosie O'Donnell in a death match with Oprah.
Yeah, I agree. It's good stuff, and hopefully the new network will be good. Lex already been entered here in this contest. Thank you for calling in. Have a wonderful Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever the hell you celebrate. Have a good one.
You too, guys, and have a happy, heady New Year.
There you go. Hell yeah. Good man. Job's here in the chat room entry. He wants to know, who do we see winning the Royal Rumble?
Well, I guess we were just told that Dolph Ziggler will win it. But who do I see it right now? Who would win? I don't know. It's kind of hard to judge this year because they're not really pushing anybody yet. And we're not going into the Royal Rumble just yet. So I think if I see the build, I might have a better idea who I think will win it. But it's hard to guess that one, which I did last year.
Oh, man, you're freaking genius.
That's right. I know how to pick them at Luscious Biceps Sports Bookings, LLC.
Oh, man.
You got to join this website for the low, low price of $49.95. You can get all kinds of sport tips. Make a lot of money.
Man, big time, big time. He also wants to know, what do we think about the Backyard Fed stealing our logo?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
I just laughed whenever I saw it. Because it's like these kids wrestling in their backyard and stuff. It's just like, man, that's just kind of funny.
I was pissed. I thought we should go just, like, beat them. Like, break their thumbs.
Would you be down with that? Beating on some little kids?
Mm-hmm. What if we let them...
shake their lunch money out of them?
I think we should let them get big, like big time, and then sue them. And just take take everything they own.
That's a good plan, but I don't think you should admit it on the air.
All right. Plus, they also took In Your House Wrestling, which is owned by WWE, so they're not off.
I think they're getting sued by a couple of people.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here.
I don't want to begrudge the In Your House Wrestling Federation, but I don't think they're going to get big, Jack. I might be going out on a limb here, but I'm pretty safe, I think, in saying that.
Weeble wants to know if he could get a shout-out by the Little Muffin this week.
Little Muffin ain't on, is he?
He's not here. We're sorry, Weeble. But if he calls in, we'll get you a shout-out by the Littlest Muffin. Weebs is a big fan of Little Muffin, I guess. All right, and sure, we got some other people on the line here. We've got Swax. He's swaxing that ass as we speak.
What's going on, Jack and Enter?
Not a whole lot. Just rocking out, doing the show, taking a piss beside my computer. Oh, yeah, that's respect.
All I have to say is that the Slammy Wars this Monday was an absolutely fail job. So
fail job.
Yep. Because, there was no categories that were interesting. There was no, Tag Team of the Year, Diva of the Year, Match of the Year.
Yeah, where was the Match of the Year? That's the biggest one, ain't it?
Yeah, at least last year they had The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, it was still normal things. It was all, stupid stuff. Oh, my God, FTW. It's all yellow. Why don't they have LOL of the Year?
Yeah, it was a 3-hour show, and they only had, 4 wrestling matches during the whole 3 hours?
Yeah.
All the rest was all the promos and all the other crap.
What'd you think about Lita coming back?
Come on now.
Lita.
I mean, if they had the actual Diva of the Year, Kelly, my baby, would have won it twice, especially with this Diva-less moment of the year because, you know, it was a big win for Kelly and her wrestling career. And, Kelly Kelly, is going for that company right now. And they let a person like Beth Phoenix, who's not getting any crowd reaction, who's not getting over. Okay, she had like that little glam slam off the top rope on that boring-ass Bits Eve. But, other than that, she's not having anything going for her. She's not really hyping up the division. Just get the hell... Just take the damn Divas title off of her and put it back on Kelly Kelly. At least it was fun. People cheered. Crowd reaction and everything.
She's out there. The crowd cheers for her. They're into her. Beth Phoenix goes after her. No matter what anybody says, the crowd doesn't care.
Exactly.
They don't enjoy it. They don't care about her.
Yeah, if they don't care about her, WWE, take the stupid Divas Championship title off of her and put it on somebody that people do care about.
I agree with you. I am 100% behind you, Swags. Some people out there bad mouthing Kelly Kelly, but I think she's the best thing going in the WWE Women's Division right now.
Got that right. And she's even getting better now. And every time that she comes out, everybody talks to her. She was trending worldwide on Twitter last Tuesday with the tribute to the troops. Nobody wants to talk about Beth Phoenix. If Beth Phoenix wants to be talked about, let her get the fuck out of that asshole WWE company and cross the line and be with a real women's division, the TNA Knockouts. That way you have people like that pathetic bitch Gail Kim. You have Tara, Mickey James. You have my other TNA baby, Bull Tessmacher. You have Sarita. You have Angelina Love. You have athletes that Beth could work around and make a name for herself. In the Divas division, she's like an outcast. Nobody gives two shits about her. It's all about Eve, Alicia Fox, and all other crap.
I agree with you. She's got to go TNA, prove herself, and maybe then she can come back. Right now, nobody watching, no WWE fans don't want to see that.
Yeah, look what happened last Monday and last Thursday on Impact. Last Thursday, they had 15 minutes, almost 15 minutes for the knockouts. How many minutes did they have on Raw in the last couple of weeks? What, like 4 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
15 minutes of a 2-hour Impact was all dedicated to the knockouts. That's a company that appreciates women's wrestling like that.
Something wrong when people are talking about Cody Rhodes' body rather than the Divas.
Yeah. Because, the Divas suck. At least Cody Rhodes is much better than them crap.
Exactly. All right, I'm with you, Swags, and thank you for calling in. You're a good man.
All right.
There's a good question here in the board in the chat room. Coal Miner wants to know, how do you guys feel about Randy Orton's work of late? I know you guys were down on him for a while, but I think his matches have really gotten good over the last few months.
I enjoyed his match with David Otunga where he's throwing him through the Christmas trees and stuff. I thought that was pretty good stuff. And his match with Dolph Ziggler on SmackDown last week, it was a pretty good match, even though it was involved with beating the clock. Yeah, I've enjoyed some of his stuff. Now that he's taking like a step back, he's not.
It's strange he doesn't do many. He barely talks anymore, though. He doesn't do many promos.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I like it better or not. He's all right on the mic, but I think he's probably better suited not talking.
Yeah, it's interesting because everyone goes over there and talks, and he just kind of goes up there and looks kind of mean and just does his talking in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I think he's been having good matches lately, too. All right, let's see here. We've got Mrs. The Destiny on the line.
Feliz Navidad, amigos.
How you doing? Now, the other week, Miss Destiny sent in a video for the Jackie Jones show where I spin the wheel, people can win a prize. And I've got a lot of people, they've been trying to court Miss Destiny. They're trying to get a date with you because they were very impressed.
Holy, to quote my mom's birthplace, Holy Toledo.
Mm-hmm.
Ole mole.
There's even a fine young English
mole, guacamole. Hey, Gringo Jack knows nothing about that.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, ole mole, guacamole. Yes, of course. Oh my goodness. I don't know how to handle the dating thing. I had some ideas for what I was going to talk to. Now I don't know what to do.
I've got her all flustered. I'm sorry about that, Miss Dusty. What were you going to talk about in the wrestling world?
Yeah, I just cannot wait for Lillian Garcia's music video for her new hit single, You Drive Me Loca, to come on iTunes.
Yeah, it's up on YouTube right now. Mm-hmm. And she's back in WWE. Do you think that's going to help her music career? You think they're going to help promote it for her?
I think it will help her career more if she's in WWE. If she was trying to promote it outside of it, I don't think she'd get very many buys.
I heard that Velvet Sky is in not so good favors in TNA, and I heard Alex Riley's in the Doghouse.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I mean, they were really pushing this guy, and he's actually getting over, and then he just kind of disappeared. He don't seem to do anything.
I saw him on the Tribute to the Troops, just standing there in a suit. So something's up. It doesn't seem like they like him. I agree with you, Miss Destiny. Something's down.
Did you hear that Trish said no to being a part of the Slammy Awards?
God bless her. I'm glad she wasn't there.
I was surprised Lita was on there, after she was in recent legal trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But she looked good. I was happy to see her out there. I like Lita.
Yeah.
Swag, he's silly banana boat.
He's a banana boat.
He is.
Yeah. Hey, Jack, I did a small little review of all the theme music of all the knockouts that have solo theme songs. I gave them on a scale of 0 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately for Rosita and Toxin, the new knockout punk chick with Jessie Neal, which I think the recently departed Jessie Neal.
Yeah, Jessie Neal's gone from TNA, and I know you're very, very upset about that.
All right,
yeah,
I gave Rosita 0. Since Rosita doesn't have a solo intro, I gave her a 0. I gave Toxin a 0. I gave Karen Jarrett a 1. I hate her. Let's see, I gave Nobody a 2. I gave Nobody a 3. I gave Vicky Moore and ODB a 4. I gave Gail a 5. I gave Angelina Love with the paper cut theme song, and Serena and Velvet Sky a 6. I gave Christy Hemme, Madison Rain, Tara and Winter a 7. Mickey James an 8.
Hardcore country!
All about the hardcore country.
For Swax's sake, I gave Brooke Tessmacher, SoCal Bell, and Tracy Brooks a 9. And the only girl that got a 10 was Dixie Carter.
Oh, what's a Dixie Carter theme?
You know, the one that says, "You don't want to see the man in me."
I can't think of that one offhand. I'd have to Google it or look it up on YouTube.
You need to sing it, Jack.
Just look for the one. The song is called "The Man in Me."
Okay.
Sounds like a good song to me.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind being that for Miss Destiny here.
Yeah, but if you want to know what my favorite theme song to do karaoke to from an ex-WWE Diva one, nothing can beat Tiffany from the WWE.
I remember that song. Well, let's hear some of it, Miss D.
I'll just do a little bit because I got a hoarse throat today.
Sorry about that.
All right, just a little bit. I'm insatiable, I can't get enough. I need to find a boy. I'm insatiable, I can't get enough. I need to find a boy good enough to be loved. I'm insatiable, I can't get enough. No matter how I try, I just can't find my true love.
All right, Jack, you got to give it up for that.
Oh, excellent. I think I've been outsung here in the show.
You have been. You've been totally outshined.
So guess what, Jack? Guess what happens Tuesday?
What's that?
Bob and I come up to your neck of the woods.
Oh, okay. You going up to New England?
Mm-hmm. My brother and I are coming to Connecticut. Our flight leaves at 1:55 in the afternoon. We'll be in the New England area by 4:50.
Oh, that'll be good stuff. It's a nice up here. It's a little cold at the moment.
Christmas
in
Connecticut.
My mom says,
with Miss Destiny.
my mom always says, for one pair of pants, always bring two shirts for one pair of pants.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, and my mom always says for jeans, you can always wear jeans 2 to 3 times before you can wash them.
All right. So I think your mom's onto something there.
I go like 2 weeks in a row.
Icon?
What's that?
You know the new Skype icon?
Yeah, you're looking good there, Miss D. I'm looking.
That's from the Hard Rock Casino Cafe in Tampa. When I was with the Cowhead show thing.
Does Cowhead moo whenever he comes on the air?
I'm not with him anymore. My mom kind of blocked me from ever seeing him again.
I figured he'd be like, I'm the Cowhead! Moo!
You almost got a bar there. I think you're cheating on the bar.
By doing the moo?
And 1-inch biceps.
Yes.
I would like your divine guidance and wisdom.
Oh, man.
Okay.
The Lord here.
And Jack's wisdom, too. If you had to choose, let's just say that there were only 2 theme musics in the world, and you had to pick one to be the best of all time. And it had to come down to 2. Which one would be the best? Winter's one, The Hands of the Wicked, or Alex Riley's Say It to My Face?
Wait with that intro.
Go ahead and go with A-Rods.
It reigns supreme.
I gotta go with A-Rods. I get tired of Winters. Hers is too dramatic.
Because
there's that song again.
Jack, this is why I like Winters. It's mysterious, intriguing, and it entrances you. It seduces you a little bit. It pulls you in. But with Alex Riley, it's just like brute face. It's like just it's like that. It's like the title. Just say it to his face, like bam, right? Bam, like that.
I got you. Maybe I could seduce you in with the first song. Then once I got you there, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, Jack, you're such a silly banana boat.
Connecticut's not too far from here, Miss D.
You're going to be totally Cowheadsville.
Visiting.
1-inch biceps.
Yes.
And Jack, I need some help. My dad is a Pats fan on the AFC line.
Ah, good man. Yeah.
But you want to know his team on the NFC line?
Who's that?
He's also a Packer and a Cowboy fan.
I don't like those dirty Cowboys.
Yeah, and
what about the West Virginia Pigskins?
Saturday, his Cowboys are coming into my yard at Raymond James Stadium, and I need all the fans I need to support my Buccaneers. Do you think you can give me some good old-fashioned root support and luck for to pound those Cowboys?
I'm right behind you, Miss D.
All right. And thank you so much. And I hope, and Swax is on my side with the Buccaneers against the Cowboys. His brother Mark is a Cowboys fan, and I got a bet with him. And here it is. If the Cowboys lose to my team in my hometown, I got a website full of Cowboy disses and jokes, and I have to finish reading the whole thing. But if his team wins, he has to look for a website, and he has to diss my team all he wants on Skype.
All right. We got the bet going on here. Thank you for calling, Miss Dusty. It's always good talking to you.
Yeah, you too. And like I said, if I win the contest, that's fine. If not, so Send me, and if I can make a request, if the Boopian CD is still there, I would.
All right, you might win yourself one. We'll talk to you soon.
Or if the Luchador mask is there, if I can request the Luchador mask, I would like a light blue and gold Sin Cara mask.
Oh man,
Cara.
here.
And Santo Loco, I got one thing to say about that. Sin Cara good. He's not the evil.
These Sin Cara.
I love Sin Cara.
No mas. Really? All right.
He's my favorite. He might be a little intro pro, but hey, he's a rookie. He's trying to learn. He's trying out his wings for the first time.
Now, I had somebody here was talking to me earlier. I won't say his name, but he wanted to know if you were into English guys.
English guys? I'm into anybody, but somebody said, am I allowed to say anal on this show?
if you so choose.
Red coat lover.
Jello Gomez, I ain't into that stuff.
Yeah, get out of here, Joel. That Joel's a dirty man. He's a creepy dude.
I ain't into all that stuff.
He's a dirty boy.
Mm-hmm.
Dirty boy, you need a spanking and you need to go home to your mama and wash your mouth out with soap with that language.
Exactly. All right, thank you, Miss D. You're a good soul. Good luck.
Please pray for me for a safe flight to the New England area. And by the way, on the 27th, I go home at 7 in the morning, and I get home at 10:40 in the morning. I have to wake up at 3 or 4 in the morning. Ugh.
All right. Well,
yeah.
I'll just roll over and give you a little shake. All right, we got Carol on the line here, sure.
What's going on? What's happening?
Not
it's
much,
showtime, folks.
It's showtime. Moo!
This guy. I'll never buy. It's the meaning that I didn't buy. But I'm going to move my head off. Yeah!
It's pretty fun to do the moo, actually. Try it out, Jack.
You got that right.
Mike, you're a better mooer.
Moo! It's pretty fun.
Ain't that the truth?
Do it, Carol. Moo for us.
Do what?
Moo
What's
for
happening?
us.
What's happening on here tonight? What's going on?
No, I'm not letting you out of this one, Carol. You gotta go moo.
Yeah, I ain't mooing tonight.
You better moo. You better moo, or you gotta give me all your belts.
Sounds like Jack's already been mooing all night tonight.
Nope. Situation still stands here, Carol. You gotta give me all your belts if you don't move.
Are you crazy?
Yes.
That's what I figured. So what's happening? What's all going on tonight?
Just talking some wrestling. We talked about the Raw, the Slammies. What'd you think about it?
I think it was pretty cool. I think the Slammies was pretty cool. And, you know, that Michael Cole, there's not too much to explain about him. They need to shut his mouth up. And I wish Jerry Lawler would shut his mouth up for good.
Yeah.
For good. Kill him, man.
Take some JR's barbecue sauce and shove it down his throat. Make him choke on it.
Yep. That's what he needs right there.
Be like,
that's
make
exactly
all these disparaging comments towards JR. This is what you deserve, Cole.
Yep.
You deserve some main event mustard down the gullet.
They ought to shove it right down his throat.
How's the main event mustard, Jack?
I haven't tried it. Oh. I'm not really a big mustard guy, so I don't know. I probably wouldn't. I mean, it's probably good.
Mustard always seems like the same. I've never noticed like difference between mustards.
Well, if you get like brown spicy mustard,
well, I would notice.
It's like straight up yellow mustard. It's pretty much all the same. I agree with you.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, you bet. You ever take milk and mustard and put it together? It's good stuff.
Ugh.
I just made that up.
Hey, but I'll tell you what, it's champion versus champion on here tonight.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's champion versus champion. Me, the champ, versus Jack, the champ.
Oh, man. What are you talking about?
It's champion versus champion. Me and you versus each other.
Well,
right here on InYourHeadOnline.com.
I'd beat your ass, Carol. What do you think about that?
I'm challenging you. I'm challenging you. You got a challenge on your hands tonight.
Oh man, what are you proposing? A match? What's going on here? Hell in a Cell? Do it out the cage? Lumberjack? A Heady versus Lumberjack match? All the hell? You got Van and then Playboy Don Douglas Beck's son. You got freaking Beef. All these guys, Fatty Boom Daddy, all around the ring.
Hey, you showed me some of your belts. That ECW World title and that UFC title looks pretty cool.
Hey.
So that's why I'm thinking we need to have a champion versus champion match.
And she's trying to get my belts.
I think so, Jack. This always works around to trying to get your belts.
Mm-hmm. I beat Inter fair and square for the title. And if you don't believe me, you can check out that show on IYHWrestling.com. That's the one show Inter does not want you to listen.
He always likes to rub it in.
Hey, I'm after his arcade machines.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got some arcade machines that I want.
So you just trying to take all our belongings.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Hey, y'all trying to take my Nitro sign?
Oh, we just want to borrow one sign from you.
Just borrow.
You're going to give me a freaking $1 million, all Intra's arcades, all your belts. That don't seem very fair, does it, Intra?
Nope, not fair at all, Carol. Not fair at all.
I started to make a video and send it to InYourHeadOnline.com.
Mm-hmm.
And put champion versus champion. Me and Jack versus each other on InYourHeadOnline.com.
Well, you know what you can do, Carol, and everyone out there in the Headyverse listening to the show right now at IYWrestling.com. You can send in a video question, and I'll play it on the prize wheel video. Not only will I play it there, not only will I answer it, but ensure you also get your name in the hat for the prize wheel for a whole month.
One whole month.
Mm-hmm. I think we've lost Carol.
Well, it was a good call while it lasted.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, Jack, I'm excited about all these prize wheels videos because I like to see Jack pull a name out of the hat and spin the wheel around, and then he has a winner. It's all one cut. You know it's not fixed. And then you win a prize from the prize wheel.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of great sponsors participating in the prize wheel.
Yeah, that's right. Let's go over some of these. We got Bombshell Comics.
Oh, yeah, the Bombshell Comics with the Ric Flair prints.
Exactly. Now, if you actually enter, I'm going to give a shout-out to my man, Madman Maple. Now, at one time, I didn't think anything of this guy. I was like, who is this guy? This is kind of an ass. But I've grown to like him, and he's doing these videos, and they're pretty sweet. And I'm putting the man over because I think he does a good job. He taste tests beer. I'm not a big beer drinker, but he makes it fun, make it entertaining. And in his last video behind him, he's got the poster that he won right here on IYH Wrestling. He's got the print from Bombshell Comics displayed proudly on his wall.
Excellent. Madman Maple. He's rocking it.
Now, the Slamoween DVD was just won by Crystal. And they're good people there at jzresident.com. They're going to have a new website soon, but they do a bunch of indie shows in the Jersey City area, and they're also going to send Intra and I a copy of the DVD as well.
Oh, excellent.
So that's really sweet. And of course, our man Greg Price over at NWALegends.com. And he gave us your choice of an autograph with the site, or your choice of an NWA T-shirt. So that is pretty sweet. NWALegends.com. Of course, there's also Fake Blood by Bloody Mary. If you're looking for some blood, there's T-shirts from MaskedRepublic.com. Mm-hmm. There's actually a video from Universal Home Video. They donated a copy of Jason Statham's Death Race.
Excellent.
So if you don't win that, go up there and buy yourself one. And, of course, Yolanda, the newest member on the prize wheel enter, and she's donating a T-shirt right from Gimmicks Tees.
Excellent, Jack.
Pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sweet.
And
of course, Kayfabe Commentaries.
Kayfabe Commentaries has excellent DVDs.
Mm-hmm. Good times, good times. All right.
Are the Geeky Girls still on there?
Oh, of course. Oh, my God, I almost forgot. GeekGirlsOnline.com.
Mm-hmm.
And we just, that's been given out twice.
Yep. I bet that's a favorite.
Mm-hmm. It is indeed. Mm-hmm. Fatty Boom Daddy, he won that, and he still has calluses to this day. He loved it so much.
That's a little bit too much detail, but all right.
Mm-hmm. Wore himself out. And he was almost dehydrated. So if you win that, you drink a lot of water.
My goodness. And if you don't win those, you could win yourself a Lionel Richie T-shirt.
Mm-hmm. Courtesy of an eBay seller, Neely, NEALLE, and some fans have sent stuff in too. If you're a fan of the show and you want to give some prizes, hook us up. Email me at Jackie'sBackBrother@hotmail.com or send us a voicemail off the show 508-644-8503. It's good fun for everybody, I'm sure.
All right, Jack. Anything else you want to talk about before we finish up the program?
The Carol's back on the line. Was there anything else there, Carol, my boy?
I don't even know what happened. I was just sitting there talking, and all of a sudden, next thing I knew, there was a business signal.
Doggone you.
We're going to ask some questions here donated from fans on Facebook, intro, okay?
All right.
Vic Schiavone wants to know, can you remember the last time there was a skit worse than the opening 15 minutes of Raw the other night?
I didn't see it, so I'm not sure how bad it was.
It was pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Well, what do you think?
There's been some bad stuff over the last few years, so there probably has, but it's definitely up there with some bad stuff. One of the worst things I've seen, I think.
Yeah.
James Humphrey wants to know, was that really Kane under the mask?
I'd say so. It looked like his eyes.
I think so too. Everyone's thinking it's Undertaker, but they would have gone through a lot of trouble to take off hide all his tattoos.
Yeah, they would
have. Simply Ravish and Carol wants to know, who was better, One Man Gang or Akeem the African Dream?
That's a hard decision. I've met the One Man Gang before at the NWA Legends Fan Fest, and he's pretty cool. He's a big man, but he's pretty cool.
But did you ever meet Akeem?
Never met him, I don't think. I don't think I ever met him.
Well, let's just go with One Man Gang then.
Gang.
Wasn't he there in 2007?
Akeem is funny. This is funny, but Gang's a lot better. Get a good Gang. What is your favorite finishing maneuver?
Favorite finishing maneuver? I'm probably a fan of the even flow DDT, or just
even flow, butterfly. I like the Tombstone Pile Driver. It's pretty sweet. I was like a friggin' power bomb.
What about you, Carol? What's your favorite finisher?
Oh, I got two of them. Scorpion Deathlock and Ric Flair's Figure 4 leg lock.
Okay, cool. He's like the submission dude.
Yeah, locking on the submissions here. I'm going to put you in a submission when I see you at the Fan Fest, Carol.
Hey, it's champion versus champion. Let's do it.
Well, freaking locked on. What kind of move should I give him? The claw?
Maybe. That'd be an easy one to apply.
Hey, I'll tell you what we'll do.
Death grip.
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do a tag match.
The Hajime!
Me and the Flea against you and John there.
Oh, man.
What do you say? Accept my challenge?
Brother versus brother. What do you mean with that
Brother versus brother. It's finally coming.
Yeah, y'all double team on the Flea.
I don't know. I think what I would do if I was tagging Venture, I'd let Incher get in there, and I'd just stay in the back.
Get to it, Inch.
Get him injured. Yeah, hiding behind a wall. This guy sent a lot of questions. Who's the best looking female valet of all time? He liked Lady Blossom, and I think the man needs his eyes checked.
Who was Lady Blossom?
Oh my God, that was the one with Austin. Like, I think the one they married, boys.
Oh, Deborah?
No, the one before that. The one in WCW.
Oh.
But he was married to her, too.
Okay.
Oh, I'm kind of shocked. I don't think that's like the greatest looking valet of all time. Wowzers.
Well, I'm going to throw Stacy Keebler out there.
Oh, yeah. I gotta go. I gotta agree. I've said many times, but
she's pretty hard to beat. Pretty hard to beat.
How about Trish Stratus?
I've never been a big Trish Stratus fan.
Me neither.
I have.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she's a fine-looking gal, but I think compared to some of the other girls, I don't think she stacks up. But I know, like, a lot of people are crazy about her. Maybe I'm just nuts.
Speaking of divas, what's up with Lita? Have you seen that
Miss
she was in
Elizabeth?
jail?
She's pretty hot.
Mm-hmm.
Lita, yeah, she got arrested for DUI or something, or driving on a suspended license. What was it, Jack?
Driving without a license.
So
I saw her on mugshots.com the other night.
That's got a blow. They slap your mugshot right up there on mugshots.com. Man, that's got a blow.
That's where I found out about it, and then next thing I knew, then what really surprised me was she was on Raw this past Monday.
Jack's face up on mugshots.com.
What?
Yep, I've seen you.
Wanted.
You and your ties with the mob.
Here from the chat room, the best female valet of all time, Slave Girl Moolah. That's from Clinton. That's back in his day.
He likes the old school.
Robert Podzinski wants to know, have you ever seen a grown man naked? He asks this every week.
Why do you ask it then?
Well, I don't know. He says he loves that one. King Brandon wants to know, should Shawn Michaels get involved with Triple H and Nash's feud?
They always go to the old go-to with Shawn Michaels to make stuff good. Let's just see if they can do it on their own.
Weeble saying Kimberly hot valet. That's a good idea, too.
Yeah, Kimberly was pretty damn hot.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to pick out the best-looking one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's see here. The Ultimate Beef. Thoughts on John Morrison asking a $5,000 booking fee to appear on indie shows?
Isn't that like the gate?
Yeah, I know. Probably most of them won't even make that. I think he's delusional. He probably don't know what he's got himself into, even WWE. It's going to be a hard road for him.
He's never really worked the indie scene, has he?
I don't think so. He was on Tough Enough, and they hired him, and he's just been WWE for a long time.
Yeah. Got a lot to learn, that kid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
He probably needs to drop a zero off that. $500.
Yeah, that'd probably do it. But, I don't know. I just don't know why he ended up leaving. I think he's going to be highly disappointed. You think he might just be quoting that price so he doesn't get bothered with it? Like maybe he don't want to do indie shows?
I don't know. I bet he just doesn't know how much guys really get paid.
Just unaware of what's really going on out there.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe you're right. Maybe he does want to do unless someone really pays him a lot of money.
Yeah. I don't know. So, is he going to TNA or not? Is he going to try to be an actor, or is he going to actually go to TNA? Normally it starts out, I want to be an actor, and then I'll just go to TNA.
Yeah, I think we'll see him in TNA.
It's like, oh no, I'm going to be the next freaking Rock here. I'm going to be in all these big hit movies and stuff. And then he just goes to TNA.
You know, like you're saying there, that remind me some, but like
Can't
people want
act
the
your
Rock
way out of wet paper bag. You're like, you get up there and you're like the Rocky from Rocky 2. You're like a smear of the jungle cut. Smear rock? Oh,
No.
and smell it.
Now, not only, you know, everyone's wanting to be the next,
Y'all making
Rock.
me stand up here like I'm stupid. I ain't stupid. I'm a little punchy. Go ahead with your question. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. I was going to say everyone wants to be, you know, Rocco in the movies. And I think the next thing is everyone's going to try wanting to be Zack Ryder and thinking that doing, like, internet shows on YouTube is your... trying is your way to get a big push in WWE, because now Tyler Reks does one, and like I could tell there's a lot of effort into it. There's a lot of time and stuff because it's an animated show, but it's just not good, and I don't think it's going to take off like Zack Ryder. But I think this is going to happen a lot. I think everyone's going to think that they can just go on, you know, on YouTube or Twitter and do all this stuff, and they're going to get over and be the next Zack Ryder.
Well, it should be entertaining, shouldn't it?
Sure.
Man. Anyways, I don't know. I don't want to see wrestlers posting all these videos like goobers. You know?
Yeah, and it's weird because it's like this comedy thing, and I don't see him like that at all. I see him as like this kick-ass guy. He should do something like that.
Just be walking in the parking lot and just like, you see that guy over there? I'm going to beat the hell out of him.
Yeah.
He beats the hell out of him.
You should do like bum fights or something.
Yeah, he'd be like, you see that hobo over there? I'm going to beat the hell out of him.
You got to do something that matches this person.
Just make them totally fake, though, so like people don't actually mistake it for a real video. Like, make it a hobo with like all his stuff is in like on a stick. With like a big, like a bandana tied together, and he's just walking around like that. Make it an old school hobo.
I like that.
He's trying to jump onto a boxcar or something.
Mm-hmm.
He just beats the hell out of him. Breaks his stick over his head. It's like, that's what you get. Tyler Reks, don't step to me. I got dreadlocks.
Hobo with a shotgun.
I need a surfboard.
All right, Incher. We got one more caller here on the line.
All right.
She's worth the wait. We got Crystal on the line.
Good evening, gentlemen.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good, baby. How you doing?
I'm doing better now.
I just got off a nasty little 4-hour shift, and I needed my fill of Jackie Jones this week.
Yeah. I heard if it lasts longer than 4 hours, you're supposed to seek a doctor.
Last one before what?
Never mind.
Oh, okay. How are you doing, Incher? I'm not going to, leave you out of this.
Mm-hmm. See, I'm the follow-up here.
Oh, brother.
I have to call because, it is a fact that you can win off the prize wheel.
See? The ancient people out there, it's false. It's fake. There ain't winning nothing. But she won something. Man, that Maple won. El Santo won. We have freaking Dwayne. Well, not Dwayne. Some guy about Cage won. You can win stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You can win, and I know you told me not to share my prize, but no matter if I got what I won, which was the Slammy DVD, or the prize that I really wanted, which was Geek Girls Online, I was going to give that as a Christmas present to my wonderful husband.
See, that'd have been a nice present. Now, if he would have been, let's say, he's watching Geek Girls Online. Now, if he got some ideas, he'd be like, here's Athena Hollow. She's dressed up like this anime character, and she's, fondling herself while she's playing some PS3 or whatever else.
Absolutely. I would use it to get some ideas and, get a little freaky in the bedroom.
Oh, see, interesting.
Mm-hmm. But I'm going to have to be a will Nazi here, Jack. You win what shit lands on.
Exactly.
I am not opposed to what it lands on, because anything on that prize wheel is just, grade A, top quality stuff. So I was going to love
we need to
anything
put
I
a
got.
night with the incher on it.
Oh, man.
Absolutely.
Well, you do realize that 90% of the people calling the show are dudes.
Well, that would be a problem.
Well, we could sell you off to the highest bidder insured. And if it's a guy that wins, you might have to find you a girl, or share with the girlfriend or something. Get a little freaky deaky there.
People don't have girlfriends. Are you kidding me?
It'll be Joel finally won the prize wheel. He's getting the night.
Well, I mean, look at Beaver. He's got all these girls that he knows and could hook you up with.
Who was that?
He's doing he's doing what? Titty Tuesday and Fawn Thursday and.
Well, not that he gets the beef. He's a good man, and I'm sure he does well. But I don't think Googling pictures of big boobs necessarily means that he knows those women personally.
Oh, well, this is true,
Mm-hmm. And he's a good man. I'm not dissing the man.
He's a good man. No, he's a very good man. I have to, but I can't knock the host. The host is a much better man.
Oh, see, Incher, putting you over.
That's a nightmare.
What? Look at this Carol. He's Carol. He's just like the headstand. They put Incher over, then Carol's there to knock you back down.
It's gonna be a bloody Carolyn Christmas for Carol.
But Carol's jealous.
Yeah.
I think we should. What kind of double team finisher can we give Carol at the Fan Fest, Incher?
Total elimination.
Some kind of like clothesline or.
I was thinking like a spike pile driver.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Or like the throwing off a building.
Throwing off the building finisher.
Or we could have Jack do some kind of like Rikishi move where. Do a stink face or something.
Oh, dear goodness, just kill me, why don't we?
I'm thinking more of the cement shoes into the pond.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make it fun for Jack. That's the priority here.
I'd have a great old time sticking my ass in Carol's face.
So boys, what are your plans for Christmas?
Well, I'm just going to hang out with
Tell him, Hawk.
Well, I'm just going to sit around and enjoy Christmas dinner, open some presents, and I don't know. That's about it, really.
Well, I'm going to snack on danger and dine on death.
And then you're going to sit around and open some gifts, and I don't know. It's pretty boring, really.
Aww.
I'm going to dress up like Santa and like get drunk or something.
Really? Just start up drinking for the holidays. That's your New Year's resolution. Giving up being straight edge.
It's that time of the year when people are the most depressed.
Oh, man.
This is true. Well, Incher, why don't, maybe you and Jack can do something for the holidays, if you're that lonely.
Yeah, I'm lonely, Jack.
It'll be you guys could do the prize wheel together and do a Jack and Incher Christmas.
Yeah, wouldn't be a prize.
Ladies and gentlemen, that movie has not been rated yet.
Oh, Jack's prize wheel.
Absolutely.
Oh, let's see what would
and
prize wheel? Would you like Jack and the hashtag? Or?
Man.
No, we
I don't think I'm that lonely yet, Crystal.
Oh.
I ain't going to go visit Jack because I'm lonely.
I took the kids to go see Santa today, and unfortunately, Chloe doesn't like Santa.
Yeah, I heard a thing on the radio that says if they start crying, don't force it. Because it's going to
we got the picture real quick, and I picked her up, and my mom happens to be in town from Phoenix this week, and so I handed her over to my mom, and Anna and Sarah got to tell Santa what they wanted for Christmas, and So good times, but with our
Uh-oh.
Did we
Might have
lose
lost
her?
it. I think we did. Carol, did you see Santa yet this year?
yeah. Well, no, not really.
He was about to agree to it. Then
I'm listening to whatever she just said, and I was like, oh, God, here we go.
Excellent.
All right, guys. What do you think?
I think I had a good time tonight, Jack.
Did you like riding on Jack's prize wheel?
Oh, whoa! He's like put a whole new twist on. He ain't the spin. He's taking a ride on the prize wheel.
Could you actually like strap somebody to the prize wheel and like just spin them around a few times?
Like a midget, maybe. I don't know.
We need Hornswoggle for our prize wheel.
Maybe a little muffin.
Mm-hmm. That'd be good times.
You think any midgets listen to the show?
I don't know. They might. They probably take great offense to some of your stances on midgets.
You never know who might call in.
Yeah, I like midgets. Carol, all right, let's say Santa's listening to the show right now. You get to make a wish. What do you want for Christmas?
Lots and lots and lots of money to go to the fan fest.
Oh, he's looking for the cash, isn't you?
That's right.
Cold, hard cash.
I got my sights set on the fan fest.
Oh, man. Enter. They're saying the last fan fest, we got to go with a bang. We're giving Carol the Spike Pile driver.
That's a bang, all right.
What else we got to be doing?
Cut down that tree I couldn't climb.
Cut down the tree.
Oh, God.
Take a swim in the pool.
We'll come out with like a third eye or something. That water looks toxic.
Maybe we should throw somebody in.
Yeah.
Crystal says she got hung up on. We did not hang up on her. She was disconnected.
Yeah. We're really going to hang up on Crystal?
Nah.
Yeah. Alrighty. Jack.
I
think it's that time.
It's that time once again.
Yeah.
Look out. John wants to ride the prize wheel.
Dang, Carol. I can't believe you. I'm gonna have to teach you a thing or two at the fan fest.
Hey, we need to put John's shoes on the prize wheel. You still got them blowout shoes?
I'm not sure. They might be around somewhere.
Can you see a shoe on the prize wheel saying, "Hey, I had a blowout. Hey, I had a blowout."
You know what I'm putting
Maybe
on the
I could make a good character with that shoe. Make like Mr. Shoe, like where he talks, like a puppet. Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. I'm putting the Nitro sign on there. If someone wins it, Carol, you got to send it to them.
Are you crazy?
Yep.
Yep.
If someone wins, they get it.
You can forget that. That ain't going on no prize wheel.
I think it is. Imagine we went to Carol's house. Imagine the prize wheel we can make just off the wall of fame.
The prize wheel always delivers, Carol. If you don't send it, we're coming to get it.
You'll never find me.
I already know where you live.
You'll never find me. You can't get off that prize wheel.
Forget that prize wheel.
It don't take long for him to get off when he's riding the track and showing his prize wheel.
Oh, Lord. Go back to flirting with Miss Destiny, why don't you?
Miss Destiny, call in. I'll flirt with you, baby. All right.
All right, everybody. I think we've had enough insanity tonight. I think we can finish it up. Sorry about the Justin TV stream, but having some computer issues in the other room I'm going to have to resolve. But
sorry about your damn luck. I am going to say this. I have hat envy for James Thrum. Man, it's some nice hats.
You like his hats, do you?
I like that. Yeah, it's good stuff. There's also a kid at the Impact Zone in the pay-per-view that had a birthday cake hat. Kind of dug that, too.
Any ridiculous hat you just love. Like, give me a birthday cake hat.
What hat will I wear tonight on the prize wheel video intro?
Somebody's got to send you like a penis hat.
I'll wear it.
Oh, my God.
I'll tell you the weirdest hat that I've ever seen that Jack wore was that frickin' turkey hat.
I wore that around town.
Yeah, he's like, let's go down to the gas station with this hat. This one's a night out on the town hat.
You know what was the only problem with that hat was it was too tall for the car. Like it was it made my head too high. That was the only problem.
That was the only problem?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think I could see some other ones, you know, like you're wearing a freaking turkey on your head.
A couple of things here, Crystal. Did we enjoy golf course? We enjoyed talking to Crystal. She sounded, I think, extra sexy tonight. What are you thinking?
I think so too. Yeah.
She's really doing it for him too. Ultra Beast of the next match.
Take a bathroom break here in a minute.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. What the hell? Right here in the pants. Ultra Beast says Jack's next match should be the Rhino.
I bet the number 2, Jack.
Well, I should really did it for me. I got to take a crap right now.
I'm just kidding.
That's what I do when I get excited. That would suck.
My pants. Yeah, you wouldn't ever get any that way.
Oh, yeah.
Let me shit my pants here.
Beef's question, though, his comment here was, it's going to be hard to top that if I would actually wear the Rhino. That's my hat. The Raven Rhino. All right, and sure. Let's give a shout out to all the people in the chat room. A lot of people in the chat room. I'm glad they're here. The body of the beautiful people.
Yeah.
Actually, the body of the geek with the peaks that gets the freaks. We'll get the next one. You'll be running them all down here.
Run them all down, Jack.
The Boxman! Yeah! Brains! Carol! The coal miner. Crystal drinking beer. Dan Balter, good man, Dan, who did the recap last week. That was all over the internet. Special thanks to him. Eric Lee Lewis, the shorty. Fat Dobbs, the fatty boom daddy. This guy's name is long, and I can't tell what it is. Oh, goes this Detroit. For the music. Total fag of the week right there. Well, I'm just kidding. He's a good man. I like me. I am Chef Carl Jobs. Has been not been around for lately. Miss Destiny, Mosaic 2000, the man behind Bombshell Comics. No one special. President Clinton, Slarty Sarty Boom Fest. Bexon, Slax, the Ultimate Beefer, and TMC. All right, sure.
Good time. We'll talk to you all later. Let's end this damn thing.
This is Scott Flash Norton. You're listening InYourHeadOnline.com. You change that channel, and I'll come and hunt you down.